Newport?
Kirkland signature.
Yeah, stop showing that. Anyways, I gotta hit go live on Instagram. We're live on YouTube and about to be Instagram. Second or third to last week, potentially.
Sad.
No,
Three football games left out of the entire year.
I'm about ready for it to be done.
All right.
Weird happen.
Anyways, what a week we had. Divisional round, 2 fire games, 2 games that were complete. Well, one game that was complete ass, one game that was kind of ass, but we had a little bit of a rooting interest on this podcast. So quite a weird way last week went where, Michael, you were undefeated on Saturday. And then Cam and I turned it back around and got undefeated on Sunday because we had opposite picks of you. So everyone goes 2-2 in divisional round week. Good job, everybody. 500. Bring us to our records on the year. So Michael, you're in a very precarious position. 110, 108, and 3. So you got to go 2 for 3 to make it count here. Or maybe hit I don't think we haven't had a lot of pushes. So, 2 for 3 and you're good for the year. But besides that, you might go under 500. You're at 50%, even though you're 110, 108, and 3. Rat is still 22, 21, and 1 for 51%. Cam 138, 124, and 4 for 53%. I'm 147, 115, and 4 for 56%. So I wrapped up the championship, but we're going to put a bow on this thing, get to 150, get all 3 of these games right. I'm sure. 100% going to happen.
I'm sure.
Anyways, any overall takeaways? I think there's a lot we can talk about with each specific game, but I mean, biggest news at this hour really is the Bo Nix injury. Bills firing their coach. That'll be the first game we talk about. But anything that was holy shit, division round playoff, blah blah blah.
I feel like every time you do this, I just got to keep saying go Pats. That's the biggest takeaway.
Michael, did you get to watch all these games this weekend?
I did. Some more attentively than others, but we were locked in.
What was the most attentive game and what was the least attentive game?
Probably Seahawks 49ers.
All right.
No,
Mac tuned in for Mac.
Yeah, that was bad. No, I think the least attentive was probably that game. I mean, the other 3 were all great games, so I mean,
Patriots,
we'll talk about them as they come up.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't sleep on that Pats game, W, but we'll go into detail.
All right.
That Pats game, okay, yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there when we get there. As always, the chat is with us. First comment of the night coming from our biggest fan this season. She got it right this time. Happy Wednesday. Yes, happy Wednesday. Only 3 or 4 Wednesdays till Survivor 50, guys, so just hang on there.
I told you, I've been keeping up.
This is the biggest season maybe ever, so you jumped in at the right time.
Yeah.
Anyways, happy Wednesday to the viewers. Let's get into this division round recap, starting it off with the Broncos and the Bills. A lot to say about this game. Michael, we'll start with you. What was your takeaway from you've been on the Broncos as a good team, but you have that kind of hatred towards them from the past, maybe. So what was your takeaway from Broncos winning this game and also against AFC East rival, the Bills?
Yeah, you always love to see the Bills lose. You love to see Josh choke again in the playoffs.
It's kind of sad, though, no?
No, because I don't like him.
Agreed.
What is he? What is? I mean, I can see
done
Mahomes.
to me. He's bad. First of all, he's a crybaby, and he's one of the biggest floppers in the NFL.
I like starting this. Like how we're starting.
Just this year's Mahomes, basically.
No, he's been like that. There's just Patrick has been way above that in all those categories. But yeah, Broncos defense cooked. Josh definitely gave him a few easy ones. That fumble right before half was bad. And then to end the game, missing, was it Kincaid or Knox for that touchdown?
Yeah.
I get it. You're running around with one hand and half a leg, but if you're the number 1 quarterback in the NFL, you got to make these plays. Broncos defense was very good, even though they let up all those points. I think they kept the Broncos in that game. I feel like that would have been a good over pick for us if we were still doing the doof, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like this gives me confidence in the Broncos. If Bo did he hurt his foot on that last pass or what?
It was
I
3
so
plays
know.
before.
Like when they said that it was like a play before the last play of the game, I went back and people were commenting and putting clips up of like the kneel down. I'm like, that's like nothing happened here.
Yeah.
I'm like, this isn't it. But yeah, that's obviously super tough from them. Stidham revenge game. Let's get it.
Don't fast forward segments,
Oh,
bro.
sorry, I forgot we weren't fast forwarding.
Cam, your takeaways from the Saturday game?
I think it was the most, other than biasly the past game, I think it was, the most entertaining back and forth. I agree. It was the Broncos, that defense kept them in the game. Sure, they gave up 33 points, or 30 points, but I think they played relatively well. They forced Josh Allen to make mistakes that ended up, leading them to a victory. But it's, a lot of talk about the Bills, and we obviously know what happened with the head coach. I don't know the order of how we're going to talk about everything, but I thought it was really entertaining. I thought it was a really great weekend of football overall, but this game, to kick it off was awesome. That environment, seeing the Bills go up and put up 33 points with several turnovers, I think's encouraging if you're a Patriots fan, at least. All you've heard about all year is how difficult it is to play in Denver, especially against that defense, and a Bills team that, has had ups and downs on offense, but obviously had the defending MVP of the league playing quarterback. Scored 33 points. I think is encouraging. But overall, I think I'm like I said, whenever we're getting this late in the season, I'm looking at it from a Patriots perspective. And I think there's definitely ways to attack this Broncos team, which I'm excited about. But like Mikey said, don't want to get too far ahead. But overall, a great first game to kick off the divisional round.
All right, I've lost my camera, so
Yes.
I'll just talk into the void for a second. But I was at Buffalo Wild Wings for this game while I try and rework this. Anyways, what a game, dude. Wait, none of you guys have talked about the biggest controversy of all, the ref ball at the end.
Yeah, I don't know.
If we were gonna say that or not.
I think Brandon Cooks is I like that's the perfect receiver for that to happen to, in my opinion. I mean,
because you like him,
basically looking absolutely defeated after the play, not selling it. When it's a bang bang play, I think it could have gone either way. I mean, it's going to be ridiculed no matter what the call is eventually. But Brandon Cook's basically looking defeated as it's getting stripped out of him when he's on the ground, and then not even trying to make a play. I feel like kind of swung it in the ref's favor. We're like, oh, that's definitely a pick. And then obviously when you go to replay review, there's nothing significant to overturn it. But I mean, I think it was a great play by the defender not to give up on the ball. And I feel like that's, one of the main reasons why they won is that defense just doesn't give up. And I forget the amount of turnovers, but I think they forced, what was it? I think it was Josh Allen fumble, that pick. I think Allen either had 2 more turnovers. I wasn't sure if it was a pick or a fumble, but
3 picks or 2 picks, 2 fumbles. I'm pretty
yeah. So they definitely forced turnovers, which, like I said, from Pat's perspective, is a little sketchy seeing how you see Drake putting the ball on the ground the last 2 games. But I feel like overall that the fact that Cooks was kind of a little bit of a bitch on that made it an easy call for the ref. No, indisputable evidence to overturn it.
What about the PIs, potential PIs at the end of the game?
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting how they let them play. I feel like for the first 4 quarters, and then all of a sudden in overtime, or late in the game / overtime, it was just the refs wanted to become a part of the game. I thought that was kind of odd, but I don't know. That's the scary thing about these refs, especially in the playoffs, is how you never want to put the refs in as a factor or a deciding factor when it comes to these games, but they can make huge calls, especially these PIs that are spot fouls where it can turn your 3rd and 15 to a 1st and 10, 20 yards down the field. So I don't know. I don't have many, like I said, you don't want to blame the refs, but they can definitely have a significant impact on the game overall.
I'm blaming the refs.
Okay.
Of course you would.
No, you're the ref guy, Mikey.
I think they got all the calls right.
All right.
All 3 of them.
Robot refs? Question mark. I actually love. Speaking of an overall thing, I love the virtual measurement.
Stop. That is
It's so
terrible.
dumb.
I love that. They should do that every game.
They get the virtual measurement. Why can't we virtually spot the ball on the virtual measurement? There was one that they did the virtual measurement, but the spot was like a yard and a half off of where it should have been. And then they were like, all right, let's actually just challenge us. Like that's so stupid.
I love the virtual measurement. From a game perspective, I thought this was a great game. Like you guys said, you guys kind of hit it all. The Broncos were up like, I think 1 or 2 scores in the fourth, and I was like, the Bills are just going to come back and make this a game, and they did. They had that kind of surgical thing, so it was a good ride. Did bet a lot on the Bills just because I wanted to see that Bills-Pats rematch, and I thought the Bills would beat the Broncos, but I think it became too public, so yeah.
Would you have gone? Pats Bills?
It's like nah, probably not. Also,
No.
we're getting like a foot of snow on Sunday, so
Yeah, we're
Oh shit.
pounded by snow. Yeah,
that would be hell, and also we'd be in trouble there because the Bills know how to play in that shit. Well, I guess we technically do too, but anyways, good game to start us off, and good thing we had at least one game on Saturday because this was not a good game. I think it's safe to say. Well, it was okay for like a half
come
and a quarter.
on, this was a good game. It was
Stop.
biggest
over
thing
within 6 seconds.
The biggest thing I wanted to see from this game was Sam Darnold with the playoff pressure, but
And
he
then
didn't have
there
to
was
do
actually zero pressure.
he
Yeah.
didn't have to do shit. I think he had less than 125 yards. I was looking at the stat today. Wasn't asked to do much. Obviously, big injury to Zach Charbonnet. Mikey, I know you had him on a parlay. We're kind of hoping he would go back in there.
That parlay was dead for the first game, though. Tough.
Okay, yeah, it happens. Anyways, I mean, I don't even know how much there is to say here for like the 49ers. We're just looking at from after the game perspective. It seemed like they were kind of just on borrowed time in this playoffs, but I mean, we picked them to cover, Cam. So, what was your takeaways in this game and what were wrong here?
Yeah, it was kind of tough. I think I made the worst bet of my life. I live bet probably 2 to 3 times on the 49ers after the first few scores from the Seahawks, just thinking, hey, 49ers have, had a great story with all this, with all these injuries still hanging around and advancing, or at least playing well towards the end of the season. I mean, they had a run at the 1 seed, if not too many weeks ago, but I mean, like Mikey said, this game wasn't really a game after you return that kick to start the game, and then Seahawks just
It was
leaned on them.
over.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely takes the wind out of your sails, especially when you're on the road. But not that it was over, but definitely, everything's pointing towards Seahawks. I think that's going to be interesting leading into next week, honestly. But obviously, we can dive more into it. Thinking the 49ers, just kind of going with, like you said, maybe it was just, too much on borrowed time. But I was, keeping the faith, maybe thinking this game would have happened to them in the NFC Championship game, as it usually does. But just came around earlier as they were even more banged up than usual. But nothing much else other than to add onto this game.
Jake Ton just got hurt, right? And then it's kind of like, all right, we're just losing everybody here. So, Michael, electronic substation. What's our updates? If anything,
Substation's still grabbing ankles, or I guess
Yeah.
Achilles and ACLs. But yeah, I mean, 49ers have had a tough little bit of time. They get blown out in this game, lose their defensive coordinator. Ayuk's never playing another snap for them. Half of their team's injured. Brock looked
Soft
terrible.
rebuild.
Brock looked terrible in this game. Christian McCaffrey, like within the first quarter, you already saw him huffing and puffing on the sideline, like the entire team, 53 guys on his back, trying to carry him. Yeah. I feel like we saw this multiple times this year from the Seahawks where they just blitz the team and then their defense is too good to come back on. Like they go up 2 scores in the first quarter, like the game's over. They're not gonna. Their offense is good enough where they can just like kick field goals, have sustained drives, maybe get a few big plays that their defense can just lock in and not let the other team do anything. Like once they get in pass mode, they're done. Yeah, we were looking for Darnold to be like have that pressure on him, but I feel like I kind of saw this where the 49ers just had nothing. Like if you're relying on one guy on offense and Brock Purdy to be like prime, I don't even know who, like it's not going to go well against one of the best defenses of all time. They're like I wrote it down. They're the seventh best defensive DVOA team of all
Oh,
time
boy.
since they started doing this. They're the seventh best defense of all time. So
Okay.
they're nasty.
I feel like Mark's been getting in his ear after a couple of pods.
I've been saying this all year. They're the best, one of the best defenses in the league. Them and the Texans, best defenses in the league.
Which defense is better? Where's the Texans DVOA?
I'm sure we can look that up.
All right. Well, Cam, at least we got to see Mac enter this game.
Yeah, I probably turned it off at this point. I didn't get to see Mac. I honestly don't even know how he played. I just saw the score. I was watching it pretty much up until halftime, then turned it on for maybe a couple minutes in the third and didn't see much. So I was like, you know what, I'm not fucking wasting my time. But how did Mac look? Do I dare ask?
It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
Better than Brock?
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't paying that
He
close
threw the
attention.
ball. I think he was in for like 2 drives or something. I don't even know.
It might have been just one.
Does it give him a look at a potential landing spot as a starter, or is that a conversation for another day?
Michael, you interested?
He's one of the options.
For whom?
Not the most
enthusiastic. Now that Dante Moore isn't coming out, Jets' new quarterback, Mac Jones.
No,
so
it's
Mac
gonna
was
be
2 for 4 for 4 yards.
It's gonna be
50%.
Gino.
That is so gross.
Oh. Maybe we can
yeah, that
offseason pod for Michael.
Yeah.
It's sounding rough. All right. We'll move ahead to Sunday. I got a lot of slack for this, saying this game was mid. It was really a gross watch, in my opinion.
It was a terrible watch.
Yeah, but this is
I don't know how you guys felt about it, but
I thought it was a good game.
First half, early third quarter, I was like scared for the Pats.
That's why I thought
the Pats the entire game.
Having a 5-point lead where CJ throws the ball to you 4 times in the first half, fumbles it like 14 times in the game, and not being able to pull away. I think you guys had
we didn't have any points
where you scored, and then all of your other combined drives had 2 yards.
We didn't score off of any of those turnovers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a testament to the Texans defense. I don't want to, like you said, yeah, sure, both. It wasn't like a pretty game. It wasn't sexy. But like the fact that it kept you into the game the entire time, I think makes it a great game, especially as a Patriots fan. Sure, you're sweating the whole time. But I mean, up until that booty touchdown with 9-8 minutes left in the fourth, even after that, you're still like, it's a 2-score game. Like you don't anything can fucking happen. So I didn't know if you were passing off to me, Dub. I can keep going if you want, or if you want to go around the table.
We do a good cop, bad cop, where you gas them up, and I'll be like, all right, let's rein in a little bit here.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean,
I'll be the bad cop.
And then Michael's the guy who comes in and is like, you're going to jail for 10 years anyway, buddy.
No, I feel like I obviously am biased towards the Pats, but I've been very open about things that they need to improve upon, especially with Drake in the playoffs, at least in the first round. I'm just going to continue harping on that.
He's played like shit.
I wouldn't say shit. I would definitely not say that. But obviously, ball security is a huge issue, especially when it comes to these massive games in the playoffs where one turnover can change the entirety of the game. But at the same time, he threw for 3 touchdown passes on arguably the best defense in the league. And I don't want to blame the weather, but it was shitty weather. It's a tough, climate to throw in. And all of his touchdown passes were in insanely tight coverage. 4th and 1, gotta have it. Obviously, Pop breaks it and runs, but then you got the Diggs catch in between 2 defenders and Booty's insane catch, where basically he couldn't put it in a spot other than where the receiver could catch it on all those balls. The Demario Douglas one basically went right through a Texans defender's hand. So to say they played shitty is, I think, a little bit of an exaggeration. Sure, obviously, he didn't play a great game. I'm not saying he played outstanding, but when you needed him to make plays, he made the plays. I was a little surprised he wasn't as active with the running game. But I think Texans kind of looked at the previous week and wasn't going to allow him to just march up and down the field, get first downs for easy drives for them. But I thought the entire wide receiver core played pretty well. Other than Kyle Williams, I feel like Kyle Williams kind of, shit the bed. But I mean, Drake going to 3 different receivers for touchdowns, all making insane catches and plays for, 21 of the 28 points. Obviously, Marcus Jones has been an absolute stud on the defensive side of the ball and as a returner, but basically, arguably one of the most dangerous people with the ball in his hands once he gets it. But I don't know how much more you can talk about the Pats defense stepping up in the playoffs. I mean, past 2 weeks, it reminds me of that Giants game on, I don't know if it was a Monday or Thursday night where they looked, it was a Monday night game. It was just completely different. They're flying around the field, hitting people hard. You got the, definition of a Carlton Davis game with 2 picks, but also fucking 3 PIs and probably 3 or 4 blown coverages. But overall, I'm happy with the Pats. We kind of talked about in the Bills-Broncos game where you feel encouraged from what the Bills were able to show against the Broncos, especially from a Patriots fan's perspective. And we can obviously dive more into the starting quarterback that they're going to be playing against. But, I mean, that felt like a huge game to me. I didn't find out about Bo Nix until a couple hours before the game, as you guys know.
Insane. Yeah, that was – how did you
that was on
that?
I was out and about doing things, and I was at a bar where there weren't TVs. It wasn't a sports bar, which is not like me at all. But
were there phones? Yeah. Was there internet? Was it like locked?
I mean, yeah, but I wasn't on. It was after the halftime. I guess I just didn't see it before the halftime of the 49ers Seahawks game. But I mean, I don't know. Overall, I'm happy. I'm not like ecstatic about the performance they had, but going to the AFC Championship game, you have to agree, none of us in a million years would have thought about this 18 weeks ago. So I couldn't be happier where we're at right now. Sure, it looked, not the prettiest, but we're going to an AFC Championship game against Jared Studham. So I'll take it.
Studham. All right. Yeah, I mean, you hit on a lot of good points. I think that Booty catch and the Diggs catch. But what catch do you think was better? Whose catch was better? I'd say Booty, but
I think Diggs.
It's tough.
Blown up.
They're just very different. Booty's was more acrobatic, while Diggs was, if this ball touches my hand, it's not fucking moving. Which both are equally impressive, but just in different ways. I think the Booty one might be more just because that's the dagger, but also you could argue Diggs is the one that put him back on top. So I don't want to rate the catches. I think both were insanely big in this game, but
I'm going to say 2 words that I'm shocked and come up in your recap. CJ Stroud. Awful.
I'm a positive guy. I'm focusing on what the Pats did.
He handed this to us on a silver platter, which
and you almost didn't take it.
I know. That's where I was. This is like, we should have won this game by 40. Like, I just kept saying, like, we should be up 30-8 right now. This shouldn't even be close. I think, positive, Drake's did have some good throws here and there, but dude, in the pocket, I shouldn't be about to have a freaking heart attack every time some guy gets close to him. That's 4 fumbles in the playoffs so far. That's nerve-wracking. 6. That's nerve-wracking as hell. 4 in this game. That's what I was missing. Ramondre was able to get something going, but Travion's really done nothing so far, which is a little bit disappointing. And then the tight ends were kind of neutralized in this game, so I'm hoping like the Broncos aren't able to get film on that and neutralize them because they're a big part of our game. Shout out to Christian Gonzalez. He played really well. Off a concussion. And then our guy, Carlton Davis, bro, you mentioned him. Every game I watch, he gets hurt somehow. Like, a couple plays, then he's back in. Like, I don't know what's up with this guy, but we got some pressure too, some sacks. So it was a good performance from the defense, especially. offense. I'd like to see some improvements, and I don't even know if they're gonna like. I think people are still in the national media are still questioning, are the Patriots actually good? Mikey's probably asking that: are the Patriots even actually good? Because we don't.
Let him fucking question it. Let him question it. I'm fine if you want. If that's what you've been doing all year, keep doing it. It's clearly been working. So
They could go all the way and win the Super Bowl, and you would still question because they've played jack shit.
you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that Celtics championship run where they
Where
basically
they played every team that was missing their 4 best players. Yeah.
I mean, hey, but there's nothing we can do about that. I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you want me to apologize for making it to the Super Bowl and potentially
I know
winning
people
it?
keep trying to rage bait me
Yes.
with that. I'm like, what do you want me to say? What
Exactly.
would you like me to say?
Yeah, and I mean, also like a lot of these teams have like, so we're gonna kind of downplay our season, but then at the same time, it's like, oh, we feel bad for Josh Allen. Like the two are complete polar fucking like I don't like that's the thing I don't get, where it's like the one year where Josh Allen should be in the Super Bowl, if not winning the Super Bowl, is the year he doesn't make to the AFC Championship game. But we don't talk about that as much as opposed to, are the Pats like even deserving of being in the AFC Championship game? And they're also playing against a backup quarterback. But that's I don't mean to cut you off, Dubby, but
No, I actually just lagged out, and then that was really all I had in the game. Michael, we go to you. Your takes.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, honestly,
This must be painful.
This was a 5-point game going into the 4th quarter.
Yep.
And the opposing quarterback had 6 turnovers. Like,
what about it?
It's despicable. I don't even know who it was. It was someone. I saw a clip of it. I don't even like watch clips anymore. But I saw this one. I forget who it was on one of the ESPN stupid shows saying that 31 other starting quarterbacks would have beat the Pats in this game.
That was Dan Orlovsky.
And I believe it.
Like, dude.
CJ actually threw the ball 5 yards before his receiver probably 8 times in the second half of this game. Like, there was guys wide open running around.
I was confused.
And he was just spiking the shit out of the ball.
Or
throwing it to you.
There was the dome team thing, but CJ Stroud played at Ohio State, which is like similar-ish weather conditions. So there's no excuse there, like quarterback-wise, in my opinion.
He was actually it was like, I watched the Jets this year, and this was like one of the worst quarterbacking games I've seen in a very long time.
I don't disagree.
Brady Cook against us or CJ Stroud against us?
Let Brady Cook would have been in the AFC Championship game. No.
That feels a little bit hyperbolic.
But see, that's the thing. Like, sure, like everybody's saying that potentially 31 quarterbacks could have played better than CJ Stroud in that game.
There was another quarterback on their team that would have played better than CJ Stroud.
I was expecting to see Davis Mills.
I thought Davis Mills was coming out after half.
That's not the point. I don't disagree with you. Like, sometimes, like, you have shit games, you need to switch it out at the quarterback position. But you're telling me going into next year, the Texans are going to be like, you know what, we're fucking done. CJ's not against.
But they're not. And CJ had 2 bad games in this playoffs, and he wasn't great this year or last year. So, like, something to think about for them. But
it is.
But
to say that 31 quarterbacks are better than him currently, I think
that's not what I'm saying. It's not that they're better than him. It's that in that game on Sunday, they would have won when he was terrible. If they had their average game.
So how much would you say, like, I don't want to say like percentage wise, but I'm kind of forgetting on a different metric you could use. But like, how much do you credit the Patriots defense on creating some of those turnovers? Like, do you think it's 50-50 or do you think it's like 70-30 CJ being an absolute buffoon?
Probably worse than 70-30.
Wow. Okay.
Like, the road shit weather in Foxborough. Higgins' hands. The one that went through Higgins' hands, yeah. You got to catch the ball. But the one on the sideline where he just threw it the 5 yards behind his guy, the first one was terrible. Obviously, his offensive line is bad, and he was getting hit a bunch. He was
his best O-line in
the pocket.
and their
Like-
O-line sucks. Yeah.
They had no running game. It was one of the worst offensive performance I've seen out of a supposed to be good team. But like obviously the Pats had to make the plays. Like you got to
Yeah.
catch the ball on defense. You got to get to the quarterback. All that stuff. But Texans made it quite easy for you,
Okay.
and you
And
almost didn't
I
take
was
it.
saying this. I was saying this the whole week leading up. Like they have a terrible offense. That shouldn't even be a problem, because you just reminded me by saying they have a good team, but they don't have a good team. They have a great defense. That's it. Their offense is
Yeah.
horrible, especially with no Nico Collins. I just didn't like. There wasn't even. It was kind of like that. It was almost a feeling for me of like, we're going to win this game. It's just like, can we not please fuck this up? Because it kind of went back to like old days of Patriots. Like it's a shitty team like the Texans. And they don't really have a quarterback, and we're just going to beat them because CJ Stroud looked awful.
Yeah. Well,
but
we should
this
have.
ain't no
I
Tom
mean,
Brady Patriots right now.
If this wasn't the
Not yet.
Pats and before this week, we could have looked back at all of the Pats Texans games, like of the playoffs, and
It's
like
it's
Matt
52 to
Schaub
20,
era, and like they're horrible.
31 to 10.
Yeah,
Brock Osweiler coming in here on the divisional. It's like,
yeah, not
we know
good.
it's gonna happen. Yeah.
But anyways, fuck you, and that's it.
My friend
Respect.
who's a Jets fan always tries to like razzle me, and I'm like, dude, I don't care. Like he's like, you're so
Yeah,
lucky. I'm
you
like,
getting in my head is not gonna
yeah.
happen.
I was like, you're lucky that I'm the Pats fan, because I don't even say shit. Like I could be up in your face and be like,
True.
oh, Jets. I don't even bother to do that. I don't care enough.
You could be like,
All right.
"Oh, the worst 6 years of my life." Oh.
I didn't do that.
I do that every day.
We've got some comments to clean up on. Michael, we have 2 comments, especially for you. So lock in. First one, CJ Stroud to the Jets. Who says no?
The
Mikey.
Jets.
The Jets say no, you think?
No, if this was an actual thing, I think the Jets. I mean, obviously, depending on the package, but
Would
I
you give
don't
next year's first for CJ Stroud? Is that a fair offer?
No.
probably because I feel like if they had CJ Stroud, then they would be an 8 or 9 win team, and that's like mid first
The
round.
guy you're
picks.
just
They have-
shitting on for a solid 10 minutes is now you're giving up a future first.
I'm giving up their next year first when they have 3 in the draft.
Okay.
All right.
One
So
They still got 2 after that, and one
something
of
to
them's
monitor,
the-
maybe. The quarterback market. I don't know if Ty Simpson's
It's the
gonna,
Colts and the Cowboys, both of who could be terrible next year.
They usually are.
All right. So Woody Johnson, if you're listening, maybe a new idea for you there. All right. Cam, maybe you can address this one. Will Campbell conversations may need to be had.
Yeah, this was gonna be a point for the preview part of this
Yeah.
Well, I think
No,
you have to, let me say this real quick.
podcast.
Go ahead.
You have to note that Will Anderson is like one of the best, if not the best defensive end, most rising star right now he's not better than like Myles Garrett, but he's top 5.
I think Nick Bonito might be better. That's
Okay.
the other thing. He had 16 sacks this year.
Who are these guys that just appear out of nowhere and have like double-digit sacks?
Bonito-
No, he's been-
Nick
Nick
Bonito
Bonito
just
was second
yeah,
in DPOY last
No, I
year,
know.
behind
We
his teammate.
talked about Nick Bonito last year on the pod. But Cam, back to Will Campbell.
Yeah, I mean, sure, there's definitely a conversation to be had. I don't think it's meant for right now. If anything, you're looking at this
Also,
guy.
it's a rookie tackle. Like, what conversations are we having?
I'm pretty sure he's 21 years old. He's a 21-year-old rookie tackle who, might be undersized, but at the same time, he's 21 going against probably 3 of the toughest pass rushes in a row that you could imagine in the playoffs. I don't know what 3 better defenses are in the AFC that you would have faced going on this run. Kind of foreshadowing for the Broncos next week. But I feel like with any rookie, if you want to talk about Will Campbell, I feel like Travion should be an equally big part of this conversation. But
he doesn't play.
He does.
Will Campbell's on the field for every snap of the game.
Travion had 12 carries. It's not like he did nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, left tackle is the second most important position on the offense. Maybe not.
Yeah,
second,
but what did you expect him to be? An all-pro as a rookie at 21 years old?
I
when he
mean, you
has
guys were hyping him up before the injury, and then he came back in week
who's
16.
I don't know if you're speaking to me directly or like Patriots fans, but
It wasn't me.
I thought Will Campbell played. I thought he
It
played
was
good.
me.
I thought he played good for what he was going up against in the situations. And I don't know if like there's also the question if he could still be lingering off that injury that put him on the IR a couple weeks ago, like that he just came off of. I don't like obviously it's not, super encouraging seeing how the left side of the O line has been, getting blown by some of the two best pass rushers in the AFC. But like Dub said, they're both rookies still trying to figure out NFL blitzes. Never mind. Sure, Khalil Mack might not be the same player he was. Arguably one of the better edge rushers in our generation. And then you have Will Anderson, like Dub said, one of the most, rising stars at the defensive position. And now you got Nick Bonito, who second in deploy and one of the, like I said, best pass rushers. Like he's had very difficult assignments. Not that he's going to have that every week being a left tackle, but some are difficult, more difficult than others. And it, like I said, he's 21 years old. The problem wasn't going to be solved in
22.
one
He
day.
turned 22 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Does
All
it,
right. Sorry.
I don't know.
Does it worry you that Sunday night he was at the bar slinging it with Drake and the boys?
I encourage that.
Do you say this every week?
He does.
I mean,
but
he frequents a place that I have personal connection with. So
he needs his carbs. Also, that's team camaraderie. He needs that relationship with Drake and the rest of the O line. I'm fine with that. You make a fucking playoff game, then you can talk about what your players do on the weekends. Okay.
Was he like getting hammered?
my quarterback used to go to BYU back in the day, so that worked out well.
I don't even.
Who are you talking about?
He's talking about
Brady Cook?
Zach Wilson. All right, we're on Zach Wilson.
As he was banging moms at BYU, or
we'll move past this comment.
That was afterwards.
Out of sports, Michael, or out of this sport, how about them Knicks yesterday?
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
I've never seen somebody more upset about a fucking regular season basketball game in the middle.
My other friend was like, the Knicks need to be like put to the barn or something. He was pissed off.
Yeah, it's bad right now.
Are the C's above them in the conference?
I think yes. They've been like
they jumped them.
They've been with each other like within 2 games for the past like month, but
Tatum's been hurt the entire.
They're like 2-12 in their last 14 or something like that. They won the NBA Cup and then they decided that they actually hate each other, all of them, and they don't listen to their coach. They hate everyone else who's on the team and they don't try. So yeah,
happens in the NBA.
It's been good.
A little bit of a correction. So I think someone said CJ had 6 turnovers. It was only 4. Thank you very much. See, notice how she goes to the end of the earth to defend CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
If this was Justin Herbert, we'd be throwing him out of the club right now.
No, I'm more about the Mbeka Mbuka thing. Like, he's an alumni. You got to respect him. But then all of a sudden,
he got married or is proposed.
Yeah, good guy.
Debatable. What bar is it I'm going to go? I don't know if we want to dox Will Campbell, so maybe we can have that convo.
Yeah, they don't sit with the public folks.
Yeah,
They get a back room there, so we're not gonna
little back room action. Okay. Last one before we get to our last game. Celtics above Knicks by 3.5 games. I actually pulled it up and it's 1.5, but I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know. It's the NBA regular season. I don't know why we spent.
Who gives a shit?
Talking about it. Yeah,
this is a football podcast.
All right. There was one little game left. The Rams and the Bears.
Cam, this was the best game.
Yeah,
this was easily
better than the Broncos-Bills game. Cam, you and I kind of predicted this one. I actually made one of the dumbest parlays in theory of Bears spread, Rams money line, and that was like the only thing that hit for me all weekend, basically.
That's how.
So that was nice, but I mean, we have to talk about the Caleb throw, the Caleb play, really. But I was in a screaming match with the people I was watching this game with because he was being all mushy about, the Bears are going to lose or the Bears are going to win this game because he has a Rams Super Bowl future. I was like, Caleb Williams is going to throw a pick. He's like, he never throws picks. I'm like, he literally threw a pick like the first drive of the game.
Oh
and
no!
he throws a pick. So I was like, how about now?
How
And I was also telling him about how Barstool Big Cat's a Patriots fan. If the people don't know out there know that, he pretends to be a Bears
Actually,
fan. People don't know about this.
I don't watch a lot of Barstool. Honestly.
He grew up in Mass.
Oh, I didn't know that. And he just adopted the Bears when he moved out to Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of respectable because he pulled like a reverse bandwagon.
Yeah. Fair.
We got to put that out there. Anyways, the Caleb play was insane. Obviously, overtime comes right down to the wire. Great game. I think as much flack as you give him, Cam, for having pain in nails, you have to say Caleb is right in the conversation with at least top 10. At least, you don't think so? I thought he's played really well this season, and
I don't disagree that he definitely outplayed my expectations, but the way he plays is not sustainable. I mean, the way that he tied that game up, you can't rely on that in a week-to-week basis in a playoff game. Sure, like I said, I'll be the first to say that was arguably one of the most clutch, incredible / lucky throws that you'll see probably in the playoffs, like in the next few years. But also, it's you can't bank on that. Like, I'm more of a consistency guy. Not that you have to be dink and dunk, but at the same time, you can't be waiting until 4th down, 10 seconds left to scramble 20 yards and huck a ball into the end zone for a touchdown to tie the game.
I think you can. Come on.
That's speaking from a guy has been in the Super Bowl in his lifetime. So,
all right,
just saying. But
coming at me.
No, but I do have I didn't honestly get to watch. I watched the highlights, but obviously the main highlight was that last play from him.
Why were you not watching this game?
I got incredibly boozed up during the Pats game and passed out at halftime. But I was home in a secluded environment, so it was fine. However, I do have a follow-up question. Do you think they should have gone for 2 there?
Yeah,
because I've heard.
I thought they were going to.
I thought they were going to too. I think they should have.
I don't think they should have, but I thought they would have, knowing Ben Johnson and Caleb. But I also understand taking the points. You're at home. The Rams haven't done too much on offense, and you have the momentum going into overtime. But at the same, I get the fact that you have all the momentum after that touchdown pass. But if you fucking don't convert in that short yardage, which I feel like I've heard from several Bears fans that they struggle with, especially within that game. Can you imagine all the ridicule that they would have had if they went for 2 and didn't get it between Ben Johnson and Caleb?
That's what I was just totally predicting. They go for 2, don't get it, lose by 1. Classic Bears.
That's exactly what I was thinking. But I honestly liked how they went for 1, trying to take it in overtime, and obviously things don't work out. But I just wasn't sure what you guys thought about that.
I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit big brain to do that, but I like the safe route most of the time, unless it was 10-3 and they couldn't move the ball all game. The time the Bills went for 2 against the Eagles to win the game, I like that type of going for it. In this scenario, I think you play for overtime, especially because the Rams kind of start off a little bit hot and then
they didn't do anything in the second half.
Throughout the rest of the game, so I didn't mind the call there. I know everyone likes to play Monday morning quarterback, especially with the this being the playoffs and this being the end of the season for them, but I didn't mind that decision out of them. Michael, your thoughts? Was it snowing for you outside, Michael, watching this game? We got a lot.
Yeah,
we got
it
a
was
lot of snow.
dumping, I think.
Yeah. I'm shocked, Cam. We got the day off Monday and couldn't make it. You got to chill out with the Four Locos.
I got nervous. I had one before the game, 2 during the game. Switched over to wine, probably in the 4th quarter.
You're talking box wine or?
Yeah,
Oh boy.
There we go.
But the Quattros really did me in, and after the Pats game, I was just over the moon excited. But honestly, I didn't really give a fuck about the Bears-Pats game or the Rams-Bears game. So I watched the first quarter maybe and then passed out. Kind of woke up conveniently with a few minutes left and saw the Caleb play live, which is cool.
I yelled when that happened. I
did get a noise complaint for yelling at my apartment during the Pats game, so I might have to watch it at somebody else's apartment. Do
you watch by yourself or are people over?
Somebody was over. But the thing is like I like to watch it by myself. So
who is this somebody?
We know it's
a bad influence. A bad influence.
Definitely not Areola.
No, not Areola. He's not invited to my apartment.
Tough scenes for him. All right, sorry, Michael. I think I cut you off. What were you saying about this game, if anything?
Yeah, not confident in the Rams going forward. They haven't really looked like themselves in a while, but I don't know. I kind of disagree with Cam on the not sustainable part of his little spiel there with Caleb and the Bears. Like there are certain players and certain teams and like all of the different sports that just like have that in them where they just like they come through when the time's right and make things happen when nobody thinks they can and like backs against the wall. And I feel like you need that in an NFL team in a quarterback. And Caleb's shown throughout the year that he comes through in the fourth quarters of these games and overtimes of games. Obviously, didn't come through in overtime in this one, but he got him there. Definitely need more consistency. I think they'll definitely come next year or year after, and in this offense with more time to really understand the offense and just have multiple years under Ben Johnson. But yeah, I think this season overall for the Bears is obviously a success, and they've got a bright future ahead of them. And for the Rams, like, good job, you made it. And
our Super Bowl pick, Michael.
You give me no confidence going forward.
So I do just have one clarifying thing. When I meant the big play, I feel like Caleb tries to do that almost every down. Like, sure, I agree with you. In those special moments, people make insane plays, and you kind of need that in a winning team. I feel like he tries to do that on every down. That's more what I meant. But I agree with you. You need players like that to make, if you're that athletic and that talented, to make big time plays in big time moments.
Yeah,
but
and there were times in this game where I felt like he wasn't taking advantage of
agreed.
his athleticism.
I feel like he's definitely like calmed down with all that.
Yeah.
You know, behind the line of scrimmage movement, trying to make, the home run throw in the first quarter. But that's more of what I meant. But yeah, I agree with you.
All right. Last quick thing on this game. It's a one-word question for Mikey. Michael, if the Jets could have their choice between either Drake May or Caleb Williams, who would you want for the next foreseeable future for your franchise?
Probably Drake.
Respect.
Right. See, all right.
I don't think Caleb would be a very good New York.
He would probably.
He would. He
I'm
might
not
with
say
it.
Don't say anything.
He might become engulfed by politics.
I'm maturing. I kept that within myself. So look at me.
All right. Well, what a transition. Let's move ahead to the conference championship games.
Let's not. All right.
What do you want to talk about?
Do you want to do off season first, or are we not doing off season?
Off season, we're switching. That's at the end.
Okay, got it. Okay, my bad.
So for the viewers with us, we'll do our predictions right now. I'll just give a brief upkick.
So we're gonna rapid fire through this one, right?
We didn't talk about the format. So here's the format. We'll talk about our 2 picks for the 2 games. Then we'll get into our Super Bowl team draft update. We'll do the playoff bracket update, Focus 5, and then we'll do maybe a quick national championship recap if Cam wants to, and then we'll do off-season.
Hey, I watched that game.
Okay, you can jump in.
I watched that entire game. Ruben Bain in my eyes, right there.
Mayoga to the tackle.
Don't need a tackle, but
so I think me and Cam's pick might be a little obvious for this game. So let's leave you last, Michael. I'll start this game off. I'm gonna go with the Patriots minus 5.5 because I'm a broken record. Every time I pick them against the spread, they usually win the game. I think this is no different. I would say from an outsider perspective, the Broncos would be interesting at 5.5. I don't really love the number for the Pats. I would like it at like 3. I think this game even opened at like 4.5, 3.5. But I'm not going to go against my team this late. I'm going to go with the Pats to cover 5.5 points. I think this plays out pretty similarly to the past 2 games, and they, as ugly as those games were individually, the Pats were able to cover against both of those teams and won both those games by 2 scores. So I'm expecting a Patriots win for sure. And then I'm also expecting them to win by more than 5.5 points. I just don't know what Stidham's going to have. I think that's the big question on everyone's mind is, will it be Stid the stud, or will it be the guy that we threw into the fire in that COVID game? And actually, he played kind of well in that game, but other games where he looked like shit. I think 2 years ago or something, Stidham played and he looked really good. And I know he
threw 3 tubs in a game
3 years ago.
Someone.
3 years ago.
But I mean, I know he got paid a high amount to be a backup there. I was thinking he could be like a float starter for somebody. So this isn't like you're walking in, like if the Patriots had Josh Dobbs starting this game, I'd be like, all right, the Broncos are just going to win. I don't think with the Broncos defense and their team, I know they're a little bit beaten up, and also, well, they might be getting reinforcements with J.K. Dobbins, but how much impact is he really going to have? That kid, I can't remember that kid's name. That was Pat something. I don't know. Pat Bryant, that one. He got hurt. I don't know if he's playing.
Yeah.
Broncos defense is good, but we faced 2 good defenses before, especially I think the Texans might even be a better defense than the Broncos. Only thing is the home away thing, and I don't know. It's going to be a tough game, but I'm basically just saying this is going to be a walk in the park for the Patriots, but I do think they win this game by 1 to 2 scores. I think it plays out similarly to the Texans game where it's not even like as shitty. It's just like maybe more back and forth. And then the Patriots kind of just put their foot on the gas, 3rd, 4th quarter. They seem to be a second half team. The Patriots just really put teams into the coffin then. So I'm going to go with the Patriots minus 5.5 because of course, but a little bit rationale behind that. Cam, we go to you. I wonder who you'll take on this one.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with pretty much everything you said. I mean, I've picked the Pats against the spread every single week, and it's led to this season. So I'm going to continue on the wavelength. I really like the Pats in this spot. I know Doug brought up a lot of, difficult factors that I also considered, but Pats on the road in Denver, altitude. I feel like a lot of people also bring up how they're not successful in Denver in the past, but I also obviously we have that history, but at the same time, this is a completely new team. I feel like everybody tries to point to the history of the Patriots, but at the same time, nobody from a successful Patriots team is on this roster. Completely overturned. Vrabel's also encouraged that mindset of creating, your own sort of legacy / history as opposed to relying on whatever the Pats have done when Tom was here for whatever it was, 18, 19 years. I think minus 5.5 is a little short, but I also agree with Dub. From an outside perspective, I feel like the Denver Broncos defense can keep them, pretty close. But it's really, like Dub said, up to Stidham. I also feel like he's been extremely overrated, at least nationally, from everything that I've heard going into this week. I feel like a lot of people are obviously pointing to the amount that he's making this year. I think it's $6 million, and Sean Payton coming out saying, I like our number 2. But at the same time, he's a backup for a reason. There's a reason why he got kicked out of New England. There's a reason why Josh Dobbs is making $4 million at New England and Stidham's making 6 at Denver. The Pats could have easily paid Stidham if they liked him that much to be a backup quarterback here, and they picked Josh Dobbs over him. I like
a lot of homer talk.
I'm disagreeing with what your second half here.
I'm just saying, I feel like Stidham has been. I don't know if it's just people are not thinking this is going to be people are going to tune into this game because there's a backup quarterback playing, and that's why they're hyping up Stidham. But Stidham had 3 or 4 good games here as a starter, if that. I feel like the whole
definitely less.
Exactly. I don't understand the Stidham hype. I don't want to discredit him because I do think he's a solid backup quarterback. But it's also a completely different offense that they've been running all year for Denver with Bo Nix's mobility and going to Jared Stidham, who isn't as mobile and more of a pocket passer. And I don't know. I think the way that the Pats have played, especially defensively in the playoffs, kind of like Dub said, I can see it being similar to a Texans-Chargers matchup. But at the same, I mainly credit that to being on the road. But at the same time, I feel like this is a perfect opportunity for the Pats to get into the Super Bowl. I hate saying that out loud, but I am expecting a big game out of Drake. especially after past 2 games where he's had ball security issues. And I feel like I'm hoping, not feel like I should say, I'm hoping that he kind of changes the script on that. And honestly, can you imagine what the final scores would have been in those 2 previous games if he actually did protect the ball? I mean, sure, they were both double-digit wins, or 2-score wins. But if he controls the ball, they could win by potentially 20 points in both those games. If Drake controls the ball and he does what he's been doing and making clutch throws, I feel like this Pats team can win by several scores. So give me the Pats here -5.5.
I just want to clarify on the Josh Dobbs thing. The reason why we don't have a good backup quarterback is because Drake May tweaked balls over the offseason about Joe Milton.
No, Cap. That was all hoopla. That is all false narratives.
I don't
Also,
know.
I
I
yeah,
don't
I
think
think
they weren't going to ever sign Jarrett Stidham. So you saying like, oh, we got Dobbs over Stidham, like it's like a comparison. I don't think that's the case. Like we were never going to sign Jarrett Stidham.
Or Stidham's last best game was with the Raiders under Josh McDaniels. You don't think Josh McDaniels could have been like, hey, this guy can actually win us a game or two if we need him, if Drake gets hurt? Just saying.
Not for that price tag, especially they don't spend money. They're not spending $6 million on a backup quarterback.
They spent 4 on
Anyways,
Josh.
yeah, that's different than 6. These people,
Two.
I can't. Michael, your unbiased perspective. The people are waiting. You know, they knew me and Cam were going to pick the Patriots. The question is, will Michael join for the group ride, or will he go with the Denver Broncos to cover 5.5 points at home as the underdog #1 seed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been going back and forth on this, wondering whether my good juju for the Broncos or bad juju for the Pats.
You have nothing to do with the Pats.
Yeah.
You've tried to scheme against us.
It doesn't work.
I'm just going to say that right now.
It has worked in the past. It worked one time this year.
Out of 17 regular season games?
What's the juju? When you pick us, we lose?
One time.
One time.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Broncos just because fuck you. And also the Patriots. Cam was trying to discount the 0-4 in Denver in the playoffs. It spanned generations. It wasn't just Tom's teams. I don't know if that's like in the walls or whatever, how they say. But sometimes teams just can't get over the hump against specific teams. Like we've seen it so many times.
Like the Jets.
But the other thing is
there's one game in 1987 where they lost in Denver, and then the other 3 were Brady teams.
Generations.
All right.
McDaniels never beat him in the playoffs. There we go.
He was coaching them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Generations. Will Campbell versus Nick Bonito and whatever Cooper.
Is that your matchup to watch? Yeah.
I think this Pats offensive line might be bad. And
thank you. Yeah.
They say offensive lines don't travel, and I believe it. And I think that could be a big.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, who's they? I want to know who they is. The book?
The book. No. There's people. The playoff manifesto. Those who know. There might be one person in this chat that knows. I don't know who listens to who on this podcast. But yeah. I think this Broncos defensive line will eat in this game, and we talked about it. Drake's fumbled 7 times in the playoffs so far, something like that. It's not good. He's been lucky that a lot of them haven't been recovered by the other team. They've gotten lucky with a couple good offensive lineman recoveries and that sort of thing.
Will Campbell, your guy, jumping on the footballs.
Yeah, he's jumping on balls all right. Jarrett Stidham. Revenge game. Let's get after it. That's all. I think this game comes down to like you get all the like whatever. I think it comes down to Pat's offense versus Broncos defense. Whoever wins
Agreed.
that matchup wins the game. Like Pat's defense is good. Like don't get me wrong, they're good. I wouldn't say they're great, and I wouldn't say they're bad. And I think if this Broncos offense can score, I don't know, 14, 17 points, they'll have a good chance to win this game. Because I think their defense will be good enough.
Anytime someone mentions the word manifesto, I get a little concerned. So we don't need to dive into what's the playoff manifesto. Anyways, we had a comment from the chat. I told people in New Hampshire on a ski lift about my Emeka beef this week. So this might be making it. Michael, you make your rounds in New Hampshire sometimes. Imagine if a random person came.
Yeah, where were we?
Yeah, did you hear about Mecca?
Can we get a location? Can we get a lift name? Maybe I'll know it.
Michael's big in them New Hampshire streets. All right. Last game of this stream.
Can I just say about the New Hampshire streets?
Back to New Hampshire. Hold on.
You guys might not remember this, but you might remember this also. I was in a bar in New Hampshire as a 15 or 16-year-old when the Jets beat the Pats. Eric Decker, corner of the end zone. Or it was the Pats. Some 40-year-old man tried to fight me, and I was 15. So we'll just say, remember that week 16 game, and then they Ryan Fitzpatrick threw like 6 picks in week 17 to make them miss the playoffs in 2015. That was my last good memory of football.
Well, luckily for
almost a decade,
a lot to take in there, but luckily for you, someone has maybe come to your aid. Mark Haller in 2860 Fitz Magic tuned in at the perfect time.
Mark was there for that.
He's same wavelength. I was there too. All right, so maybe don't go to New Hampshire to watch this Patriots game if you're going to go somewhere. Moving on, we have NFC, Rams, Seahawks, part 3. Michael's been pretty partial to the Seahawks. I've been saying the Rams are pretty good, but we'll start with you, Cam. What do you think? Rams at Seahawks in Seattle, 3rd game, divisional matchup, getting 2.5 for the Rams, a team I think you have in the Super Bowl as well. What do you got here?
Yeah, like you kind of alluded to, I have the Rams in the Super Bowl. I honestly think the wrong team's favored here. I know they're on the road.
Crazy.
I think the Rams are destined to go to the playoffs and potentially Matt Stafford's last year. Kind of given that Drake May, Matthew Stafford matchup in the Super Bowl, MVP versus MVP. And I think the Rams going out on top. I really like the Rams plus 2.5. I feel like Sam hasn't played it. I mean, when's the last time he's played in a close playoff game? Like, he got bailed out last week, basically giving up a 7-point lead already, or getting a 7-point lead and just leaning on him. I feel like Sam Darnold's going to see ghosts. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to see Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl against Drake, but I just feel like this Rams defense is also pretty good. I wouldn't say they're as good as the Seahawks defense, but at the same time, they're definitely, a playoff caliber / Super Bowl caliber defense compared to other teams in the past. So I think the Rams win this game outright. Never mind the plus 2.5. Give me Stafford in one last run with the Rams here.
All right, Michael.
Give me the Seahawks. I think they'll
Don't
be
you
able
have the
to...
Rams winning the Super Bowl?
Yes. And that's
emotional hedge. I like it.
What are you gonna do? I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting this game to take place in the divisional round in my bracket. And seeing the Seahawks last week just dominate how they did, I'm taking them here. Defense is just too good. The Rams have not shown in the last 5 or 6 weeks that they can be a competent offense. Like, sure, they put up huge numbers last time they played this Seahawks team. They tied 1-1 in the regular season. That last game was that, I think it was OT game that the Seahawks pulled out.
A bullshit ass game.
Mike McDonald was brought into Seattle to stop McVay's offense and Shanahan's offense, and he went through Shanahan with a butter knife.
With nobody on the roster.
With a hot butter, or with a hot knife through butter, you know what they say. And we're going to do that to the Rams as well.
I heard a we.
Yeah, I'm a
Mr.
Seahawks
Scrub.
fan.
The darn Chise.
I've been a Seahawks fan all year. Come on.
He has. I'll give you that.
I claim Packers. So you can claim Seattle. That's no problem. I was just throwing it out there to be controversial. Last time these two teams played, Matthew Stafford had 457 yards, 3 touchdowns.
And they lost
by 1 point because a guy picked up a 2-point conversion in the never before seen play. I'm going with the Rams plus 2.5. I love the points too. I think this is, you even take them points just in case situation, or
take
tease it
them
up
points,
to 3.
Deb. Take them points.
Tease it up to 3.5, 3. But I will be taking Rams money line. I think the Rams win this game. I think this just all sets up for the Rams. I don't know. It feels like the Seahawks. I wanted to see, like Cam mentioned, I wanted to see Sam Darnold under the bright lights. We didn't get the chance to even see that. He didn't really have pressure on him at all throughout that entire game. You start the game out 7-0 already. It's like they were never even needing to get a lead or anything. And yeah, I think both times Darnold played against the Rams, he had a horrible game overall. The first time they played, we threw 4 picks. Second time, he played horrible for about 3.5 quarters. He did turn it on late, so credit to him. But I trust the Rams more, and I think the close matchups to me speak more to the Rams' ability than their disability to be like, okay, yeah, you're in it with the Panthers, but they came out on top. They're in it with the Bears, survive a freaking once in a lifetime. Caleb Williams gets the ball, starts sprinting backwards for 10 yards, and throws
Still
it up.
Find a way to win.
Yeah, and they still get the win in overtime. Granted, overtime was a little bit shaky, but I'm sticking with my pick. I got to stay to my guns. I'm going with the Rams plus 2.5. I think keys to the game for the Rams: score first, and then you'll be chilling.
Yep, agreed.
I think it could be as simple as that. So I'm going with the Rams. Once again, it's me and you against Mikey this week. So we'll see who prevails with our 2 picks. So that's it on the spreads. We will be expecting a guest potentially in the next couple minutes. But before we do that, let's get into some updates. So we have the Super Bowl team drafts. I wanted to ask you guys how we're feeling about this. So Team Florida is down to the Seahawks and the Patriots, and we have the Rams and the Broncos. I think for me and Cam, it's all gravy from here because we don't think the Seahawks are going to win. If the Patriots win, it's like an emotional thing. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I'd pay for dinner if the Patriots win the Super Bowl, But how are you feeling, Michael, about this situation we got?
What are our teams again?
We have the Rams and the Broncos.
Yeah.
And speak of the man himself. Welcome to the stage.
All right.
Mr. Solomon.
What's up, boys?
We're just talking about the an update on the Super Bowl team draft.
We're just discussing our playoff teams that we have left.
Yeah. The boys on this end are feeling pretty confident. We're looking pretty good.
Okay.
We got Seahawks and Pats, right?
You don't have your NFC or AFC team, that's for sure.
I think we'll be all right.
All right.
So, Dope, did you score it by points, or how did you break this down? Or is
what? No, this is just whoever wins the Super Bowl wins.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There's no gimme. There's no extras. So, Mark, it's been 2 weeks since we've been able to speak. Be blessed with your presence. And Tandy. Okay, we got to do a wheel.
Yeah.
How's bald life, Tandy?
Not bad.
Oh, see you, Mikey.
It's it's easy. It's nice. Nothing to worry about. This is actually, you're looking at a fresh.
Are they speaking or are they just eating?
Both.
We just finished cooking dinner. Well, the people.
I think Mark's trying to speak. I can't hear him, but
I can hear. No, Mikey laughs now. People can't hear people.
Mikey ruined it.
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Is Mikey coming back? Oh, there he is.
Here.
No, I couldn't hear you for the last half an hour.
Fucking A. Mikey blowing the stream.
No,
so are we good or what?
All right, Cam, can you hear Mark?
No.
All right, leave and come back.
Me?
No, you're good. Can you hear Mark, Mikey?
Yeah, I can hear both of you.
Cam will leave and come back. So continue on, Mark. Sorry for the technical interruption.
I don't know that I was even started on a tangent, but I guess I can assess some
Rip
football
a
for you
tangent,
guys.
Mark. Rip one. Rip a
Um,
tangent.
Wait, before he starts,
Dude,
sorry.
We were talking about you guys. Actually, we were talking about you guys not eating and talking. And
I got
Kennedy
home
just-
today and he was watching Jared Stidham highlights on the TV. So whatever he
boy.
says, like I don't want it. He's stupid.
That might be a way to lock in for sure.
Stop.
I don't know. I'm not really like,
Oh no, he's not the greatest player ever.
yeah, whatever. It's Jarrett Stidham. He hasn't thrown a pass in 3 years. I was just kind of seeing what we're dealing with here. He's a big
Who's
boy. He
we?
can move.
Whoa. Who's we?
We, as in a collective football rooting universe, yeah. Like we are all gonna deal with Jarrett Stidham on Sunday.
All right.
So
I'm gonna try to keep my emotions in check. I'm gonna be
what
fine.
I've taken away, he went to Auburn.
Correct.
I've taken a couple things away. Number one, Auburn's sick. College football's better when Auburn's sick.
I really thought you were going to say the most obvious number one. He won't stop talking.
No. That I'm saving that one.
Okay.
Number two, Stidham is like a poor man's Josh Allen. Like big boy, he can move. He'll throw his face up the middle. Like he'll get you some tough yards. Is he Josh Allen? No. If you're
Really?
poor and shopping at Walmart and you need something that's similar to Josh Allen, find Jarrett Stidham and you'll be okay.
That's a hasty take.
That's like first take level, and they
Yeah, that's Dan Orlovsky type shit.
I'm just saying similar body type, similar play style. Like he's gonna run around, he's gonna try to create.
I'll tell you. Here's my evaluation. Tell me if you saw something different on the film. He's the classic SEC quarterback. They go like 2 wins above 500. He's okay. He has studs everywhere around him, and it's like, okay, maybe he's a guy. He gets drafted in like the 4th round, plays one NFL game. They're like, he's not really it. He's maybe a backup, and he's stayed along, so good for him. But it's like, I don't think he's some like game changer.
I think Mark knows why he stayed alive though so much.
Yeah, the real reason that I'm in on Jarrett Stidham is because he might now be the hottest quarterback in the NFL.
Oh.
I don't know if you've looked at him.
Looks wise, boys. Not
Yeah, strictly like
Obviously, he hasn't played in 3 years.
man checking out a man. He's hot. His girlfriend's maybe wife, I don't know, his woman that he goes around with, also very hot. So good for him.
Safe not
But
to
he's
assume.
hot. And that's kind of why I believe in him.
You kind of got flow.
Yeah, he's got
Mikey,
Hello?
stop. We're not encouraging this kind of behavior.
Yeah,
he's
I'm
hot.
sorry.
He's my
he
man
has like the
crush.
really nice stubble on his like beard.
Yeah, he does. He
He
does.
looks good, boys. I'll give him that.
So you
I
look
can
good and
see
you're good
it.
at football.
So like, yeah, I think him being hot improves his confidence because look good, feel good, play good.
You're the scout in Moneyball that gets fired in the first 15 minutes of the movie.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm just assessing what I've seen.
So you've been a big component of NFL rigged, especially last year more than this year. But do you think there's an NFL rigged aspect to this AFC Championship game with a Patriots angle in mind, or do you not seeing it playing as big of a part this year?
Nah, I don't really see them rigging it. If they're gonna rig it, they obviously don't want the Broncos because no one wants to watch a backup quarterback in the Super Bowl.
Nick Foles.
Debatable. Nick Foles.
I mean, yeah, and everyone should want to see Jarrett Stidham because
He's so hot.
All right, we get it.
Was that the big reveal that he's hot?
Yeah.
yeah, that was the big reveal for sure.
Dude, you guys, he said it like I've heard it 15 times this afternoon.
Yikes.
That
I'm sure
I mean,
that was a
listen,
fun
listen.
afternoon.
I can't like get behind his playing because obviously he hasn't played. So I got to find a different angle. That's my angle, and I'm gonna lean
I
in.
thought you were a Pats fan.
Yeah, you just said we when you were talking about the Patriots.
Yeah, I promise you, he was not a Pats fan on Sunday.
No, I'm
No
not.
shit.
He was wearing a Texans jersey on Sunday.
Oh yeah, where's is Texans Colin?
Fitzmagic?
How down bad is he?
He was a little upset.
Good.
We had to have an honest conversation about CJ. I don't know if you guys covered CJ.
Oh, we did. In
Yeah, you can go take your make your take on it, but
He's bad. He's really, really
shit,
bad.
fucking mic drop on that.
We were debating
minus 10,000.
Yeah,
right there.
he's bad.
if is Stidham better than CJ?
No,
Are you sure?
You can't
Yeah.
say that right now. You can't.
Are you sure? Because
I
it's
can't
hard
because
to
one's a
be
starting
worse.
quarterback in the NFL and actually has a little bit of promise, and one hasn't seen the field in 3 years.
One's
right.
ugly, one's hot.
True.
One could say that that's a racist comment saying CJ is not hot, but
Yeah, CJ had aura for a minute.
The right
No,
kind of
he's
gal
kind
might
of a
think
weird
CJ's
looking
hotter
guy.
than Jerry. So don't
Not gonna lie.
why is he
we're not
weird
that kind of
looking?
gal.
All right, let's.
Are you guys twinning?
We just had softball.
These are our softball jerseys.
Oh, nice. That's cute.
Yeah, we won. NBD. So yeah. What else should we talk about? Seahawks.
We have the bracket. Do you want to hear a bracket update?
Sure.
Wait, guys, 1 second.
All right, we'll wait for.
Yeah,
Tim.
I'll pause the fucking. Actually, I
No,
got
no, no.
this.
You can give the update. He's just eating.
Mikey's dog
You
barking.
guys, look what I bought.
No, it's when the Panthers win the Super Bowl. It's going to be your dog.
True.
Look at how sick these slippers are.
W. Cam has left the stream as well.
You hated my slippers that much.
Oh, maybe he's got his own.
Does he have his own?
He might be rocking his own.
Oh, baby.
No,
I like
he's
to think
definitely
I'm-
just pissed.
Do it.
How much were they?
Like $30.
Not bad.
Not even a thought.
Oh, we didn't get to. We'll get to this after. We didn't get to hear from you, Tenny, from your Indiana experience.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
All right, so let's do the. Cam doesn't really care about the bracket update, I'm assuming, so we'll do that. So, Tendy, you're winning. You have
I am.
11 points in the bracket. Mikey, you're in second place, 10 points. Me and Cam got 9. Mark, you have 6. You're in the cellar right now.
Who's got the most teams active though?
So here's the thing. Everybody, 3 people have Patriots, Rams, some combination. That's me, Tendy, and Cam. So Tendy and Cam have the same thing. So technically Cam can't win anymore because there's no differentiator. So Cam, you are not going to win the bracket. Michael has Rams over Broncos, but possible. I have Rams over Patriots. And then Mark has Seahawks over Texans. So Mark can...
I'm rooting for Tandy. I got your back on this one.
Thank you.
No problem.
So that was on the playoff bracket. Let's hear Indiana thoughts. First, start with the Peach Bowl, or what was it? The Peach Bowl?
Peach Bowl, yeah.
Okay.
So,
What was it?
I mean, just from start to finish, it was red. I mean, the airport, the flight up to Atlanta, getting to Atlanta, we were like, all right, this is pretty cool. Like, we saw a couple Oregon fans here and there. Walking into that stadium was like surreal. It was, I mean, you guys saw it was 98% Indiana fans there. It was unbelievable. I mean, it was loud. It was people were chanting. Like people were going nuts. And then obviously the game was an absolute bloodbath. So
How was
the
the
pick
pick
six
six?
start off with all this. So
Yeah, I was just gonna ask how loud the pick six was.
place went. That was the loudest it got the entire time. I mean, the
Yeah.
place went nuts. The cool thing for us is because we were in the family section, we got food vouchers, so we ate for
Okay.
free the whole game, and we had way too much. Like the Mercedes-Benz Stadium is extremely like fair priced. So like drinks, food, so that's just another plus in general. Because apparently at Miami that was not the case. It was the beers were like $20 a pop from what I
Yeah.
saw.
So why didn't you guys go to Miami?
I did not get, so I thought I was getting another ticket from the same just friends or the family section, but the guy's dad who's on the team invited his buddies.
Okay.
So I got
So-
smoked.
Was that the gentleman who appeared on our stream a couple weeks ago?
It's his brother. It's his younger brother that's on.
Yeah, his younger brother. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he went, he was there and he said it was 70-30 Indiana fans in Miami.
That
Damn.
makes sense. Miami doesn't really seem like a
No.
town.
And I was telling Mark all week, I was like, dude, I think you're going to be surprised. Indiana's going to have more fans there. And he denied it all week. But I know what I saw.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, congrats as pseudo Indiana guys.
Yeah,
on your
thank you.
championship.
Thank you.
Anything else to wrap us up? Picks for this weekend, a parlay, futures, Mark. I don't know if I haven't checked in on your Peyton Pritchard or any of those types of bets. But if there's anything you want to give us,
Yeah, Pritchard's not looking great.
Jaylen Brown and MVP though was
I
showing
didn't bet that.
signs.
I had a couple futures on Indiana, so I won like 500 on Indiana winning the whole thing. That was pretty sick. Picks for this week. I do think the Pats are gonna win. Unfortunately.
so after all that,
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
He's just not hot enough, guys.
I don't see like the Pats defense is very good. I don't see Jarrett's coming in from 3 years not playing to an AFC Championship game. Tough, you know. So I don't think he's got that, but you never know. So I'm picking the Pats, and then obviously the Seahawks. That game's gonna be sick, though. I honestly could see it going either way. I'm rooting for the Seahawks because I have them in the bracket and I have a couple of futures on them. But I just want Sammy to get a ring. Like he went through way too much being on the Jets. And that can kill any man's self-worth and love for football. So he
it
deserves
doesn't
it.
seem to have hurt you that bad. You still follow football. You just don't claim Jets.
Well, yeah, it's an abusive relationship that I was lucky enough to get out of.
He's still in it.
So
Kind of sad, but I see him texting her every once in a while, and
yeah.
he's still in that
So
relationship.
I feel for Sam because I know where he's been, and I can see that he's found a loving home.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Someone
right
that
now?
values him.
Is he hot?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hot because he looks like Mikey, and Mikey's
Yeah,
hot.
you have to say that because you guys look like him.
Mikey looks a lot more like him than I do, and Mikey is hot.
I have a
to me,
question
so-
for the pod, and I'm sure you guys touched upon this talking about the Bills game, but was that an interception or a catch, or what is your guys' stance on that?
Correct call.
Correct
I
call?
agree. The fact that Cooks was kind of a bitch, not, the way he reacted and not going after the ball, I feel like you kind of have to call that a pick.
I would
Okay.
say catch because I was rooting for the Bills to win to get money, but shit happens,
Shit happens.
I was more, the PIs at the end. I just felt like that kind of turned into that kind of ruined the game for me. It kind of turned into ref ball. It's like, can we just play football? But
Here's my take on the PI situation. On a deep ball, if it's underthrown, I think it's disgusting that they can throw a flag on pretty much a wide receiver running into a D back. I
Yeah.
hate that call.
I feel like
the ball should
it's
be in like a 2-foot vicinity, or else it's like there's no point in calling a penalty when it wasn't going to be caught anyways.
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
It's like the uncatchable when it's over their head, but
exactly.
if it's
Yeah,
short,
I was
it
just going to
doesn't
compare
count.
it to that, Mikey. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same idea. Like you can't reward a bad pass because if it was a good pass, there would be no need for a pass interference anyway. Because usually they beat them, and then the bad throw brings them into the D-back.
Yeah, that's what Brock Purdy lives on.
Yeah, that's what Jared Stidham's about to live on.
All right.
Probably. I'm sure he'll have a few underthrown balls on
Christian Gonzalez, 3 pass interference for 75 yards.
Well,
I can
the
see it
odds would be
now.
way too good for you to take that bad, dude.
All right.
That might be
All
minus
right.
like 7,000.
I have one last question. You guys are baseball guys. We don't really talk about baseball on this podcast, but Kyle Tucker, the Dodgers, is baseball cooks. Quickly, what do you think?
They're gonna have a salary cap starting next year because
They can't though.
after this season, it's like the new collective bargaining, and it's gonna be the Yankees, the Mets, and the Dodgers versus everyone else. So obviously they're gonna lose, and the players obviously don't want a salary cap because they want to get paid. But there's gonna be some kind of I don't even know how they can do it. Salary cap.
I mean, we're just going to grandfather those teams in, and then like for 10 years. Like,
I don't know.
You can't do it. I don't know
You
how.
can.
They could do the NBA thing where if you go over certain levels of the cap, you just fine the owners. But
They do that already.
Well, that's what MLB
Oh, they
has.
do?
Yeah,
I
it's
think they'll do away,
110% luxury tax. So the Mets
I
just
think they'll
got
do
Bo
away
Bichette.
with the deferred money.
Yeah,
That's
they
what
should
I
do
think
that.
could
yeah,
help in the
possible.
situation.
Well, the Mets just got Bo Bichette. I think it was like 3 years, and he's getting like 45 mil a year. But the Mets team payroll is above the luxury tax, so that 45 million contract a year. Obviously, Bo Bichette's only going to get 45 million, but it's going to cost the owner 100 million a year to have Bo Bichette because of the luxury tax.
That's so much pressure.
Not for him.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, and the Mets are still paying like Max Scherzer and Verlander from 4 years ago.
Yeah. Yanks just got Belly back today. That's huge.
You're just gonna lose to the Dodgers. It doesn't matter.
I mean, I disagree. Bats could get hot for 4 games.
All right.
All right. Anything else before
I think
we
we should
send
put
you on your way?
another bald bet on the Red Sox and the Yankees this year.
Okay.
Is there a
no,
comparison
that's
between Aaron Judge and Josh Allen being
I
bad in the playoffs?
would agree
That's
with
not
that, Mikey.
bad.
I like that a lot.
Mark doesn't seem to appreciate
Aaron
that.
Judge hit over 500 in the playoffs this year.
I haven't seen Aaron Judge cry either, though.
Fair.
Oh, Dub's taking the headset off. Oh wow. Okay, we
You
lost
can't hear
Dubs.
us. Uh-oh.
What do you guys think about
My
McDermott getting fired?
My headset died. We're gonna talk about that. So give your take.
I don't love it. I feel like that is a change that they made that they didn't have to make. Like they don't. I don't know.
At the same time, though, your goal is to win a Super Bowl, and he didn't do it. He wasn't going to do it. I don't think he's going to do it next year.
Yeah,
No,
but
he-
firing a coach.
He wasn't doing his job.
Yes, he was. He won the division like 8 years in a row.
Before
McDermott's
trade.
Cardinals.
Like there has to be some kind of like turmoil inside the team to fire a coach. Like he like led a tight ship. All right.
He has the same thing as Mikey. He can't get the take. He reads the comment on screen.
Yeah, I did. I don't know. I would take him as a coach. Michael, what do you think about the Jets keeping their coach? What do
I
you, if you were the
understand
Jets?
why they did it, but I don't love it.
I think it's embarrassing.
I think they had to.
Why? Because they did so well these
They
past
got a
few years.
defensive coach,
He successfully tanked.
the worst defense in the league, and was the second worst team overall in the league.
They also gave up all of their best assets, knowing
Yeah,
that
I think they guaranteed him at least 2 years, and halfway through year one, they said, "We're not going anywhere. Sell all your guys. You'll get next year."
So you got next year.
I think that they should. If I was them, I would get a bad quarterback, like a
Dude, they'll do it.
Jarrett
They'll
Stidham
do
type,
it. They'll do it no matter what.
That's what they're gonna do.
and tank this year. Be really, really bad. Not draft a quarterback this year. Maybe take a flyer on.
Chambliss.
Yeah, Chambliss. I like him a lot.
What schools here?
Ole Miss.
Mikey,
Um,
instead of Stidham, who did you propose earlier on in the pod?
Gino.
Gino. Nah, maybe like Jacoby.
Nah.
No, it's,
like
it's
Gino would
gonna
win
be
games for the
Kirk
Jets.
or Mac or Jacoby or
Oh my!
Gino
I would
or some
love to see
old-
Mac Jones in the green.
Honestly,
He
yeah.
looks so good.
Mac Jones would lose a lot of games.
Actually, yeah, I don't want to see.
They're gonna
Mac.
do that and sign like or draft whoever in the third or fourth round. Like
How
Drew
funny would
Aller
it
in the
be if,
fifth round or something.
Kid Klubnik.
If the Jets don't draft a quarterback this year and still take Dante Moore next year after he went back to school.
It's
I
very
could
possible.
easily
They
see
definitely
that.
could.
I know, but that would be hilarious. He was like, I got you.
Don't
I'm
wanna
out.
do
I'm going
it.
back to
He
Oregon.
might just start playing office jobs if that's the case. He might throw his resume.
He might go
out.
back again.
Pull an Eli and just be like, I'm not playing for this team.
Yeah,
Is that what Eli Manning did out of college?
yeah. He got drafted by the Chargers and was like, I'm not playing for you.
Really?
And
I didn't know that.
Didn't happen.
Good for
All
him.
right. Final thoughts, if any.
I'm good, gentlemen.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Can
You guys have a
expect
good
presence
weekend?
on the Super Bowl stream next week?
What
Yeah.
was that? Sorry.
next week we're gonna do the stream again. Super Bowl. Will we expect to see you there?
Definitely.
Yeah, especially if it's on a Wednesday. Absolutely.
All right.
All right.
Sounds
Peace
like a
out,
plan.
boys.
Have a good night.
Always a
Hey,
pleasure.
gentlemen.
Go Pats.
Go
Yes,
Pats,
sir. Go
baby.
Pats.
Go Pats.
All you
Didn't hear Mark
listeners,
say that.
go look up Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's too busy jerking off the Jared Stidham's hair flow. So,
Crazy. I thought he had like a
oh
scoop.
no, I
damn
lost
it.
him.
I can't hear you.
Sometimes they have scoops. I'm here alone. But yeah, that was the Duke boys. We'll return to the usually scheduled program, regularly scheduled programming.
Yo,
Hello.
keep
I don't know. It only has happened this year. It's odd. At least we know the hack for it now. We didn't lose our shit, you know.
True.
Yeah, last time was bad.
Look at us professionally developing. All right. So before we picked our spreads, it's time to get to the Focus 5. So another really bad week for the Focus 5 guys.
It's just not
It's
good.
tough. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I like the Super Bowl. I had fun picking for last year, so I think that'll be fun. But it is
Super
tough.
Bowl. Yeah, Super Bowl's different. You can bet on anything.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay.
I've
Anyway,
got some fun ones for this week.
Oh,
Cam,
man.
you technically won this week with only losing 2.2 units. Me and Michael both lost 5 units. So that leaves Michael at minus 19.54 units for the season, almost losing 20 units. Cam, you're at minus 14.29
Oh,
units.
I gotta add some legs to some of these then if I gotta make up 19.
You got 2 Focus 5s left. Rat's at minus 4.7 units, and I dropped down to only plus 14.5 units, the only profitable one as of right now as the Focus 5 throughout the season. So, Michael, we start with you. Take us away on your Focus 5 to make us back some money this week.
All right. Like I was talking about for this Pats Broncos game, we're taking Benito and Cooper both to record a sack. It's plus 223. That is a low number, I feel like, which shines a light on how bad the Pats offensive line is.
Okay.
We're going to be taking the first half exact score of that game.
I kind of like it.
Broncos 7, Pats 3.
Ew.
I don't mind that.
Plus
I really don't.
1,700.
I don't like the actual score. Like, taking exact score is cool, but not the actual score that he gave.
Well, yeah. I would have
Come
done.
on. Pats start out slow. We're going
You
to
said it yourself. They're
first
second half
drive.
team. Yeah.
Come on.
It could be worse, but it could be better.
You could see it. I could have picked 5-2. Like, come on.
Who in the world's thinking 5-2?
That's how you get your Focus 5 back. Pick 5-2.
Exactly. All right, we're swapping games now. We're taking Kenneth Walker and Puka touchdowns plus 270. We're taking Byron Young and DeMarcus Lawrence sacks.
Big on the sacks this week.
Yeah.
Love it. Plus 661.
Okay.
And then we're taking exact score of this last game.
Let's
Final
go.
score, not first quarter score.
Yep.
Seahawks 27, Rams 20, plus 8,000.
I like that one better than the first one, to be honest.
I get flip flopped.
All right. Well, good luck to Michael in the Focus 5. Could certainly.
I might get.
Next to
I
go.
might half my deficit if I hit all these.
Could set you right up to have a good Super Bowl, and you're sending us off into the sun with a good Focus 5 season overall.
Exactly.
The gambler's dream. All right, Cam, your turn. What do you got for the Focus 5 for this conference championship round?
Yeah, we're gonna go with old reliable. Hopeful last week, especially Pat's money line Drake 2+. It's gonna be a low line, but if you want to hammer it, feel free. I know it's tough against that Denver Broncos defense, but I feel
Give me
like
odds.
no, I got him. Plus 151. I feel like Drake's gonna protect the ball more, and if he does, he's gonna have a lot more opportunities to throw the ball. For especially touchdown scores. I think we talked about it earlier on. I forget if it was either 3 or 4 fumbles last week. Obviously not lost, but just total. If he decreases that to Z, and he also had 3 touchdown passes on top of that, It's going to be very interesting to see what he can do if he doesn't turn the ball over, especially putting the ball on the ground as a fumble. So I really like that one. This second one, also sick in the Pats game. I'm going to need odds if one of you don't mind helping.
You just say you didn't need odds.
This is the only one. This is the only one.
Right.
But I ad-libbed here. As I was going on my rant about Marcus Jones, anytime taking it back to the house, I did Pat's defense anytime touchdown scorer. Does that also include special teams? Because I don't see that on FanDuel. It does.
On the green, it includes special teams. That's plus 400.
Okay. Well, that's not it. I'm going to do that. And I'm kind of taking, shot at the dartboard here. I think Travion, after demoralizing games from what we've seen from him waiting on in the regular season, kind of like him to score a tutty, maybe mix it up and break one out against this Denver Broncos defense when the Pats really need it. So those two combined, I'm not sure if you got those odds for me, W.
It says you can't parlay these two for some reason.
No. All right. I'll put an asterisk next to it. I know I can on the blue. I just wasn't able to before. But
if you don't send it in, I'm just taking only Patriots plus 400 since it's not letting me parlay them. But
that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, it's only +4 for the Pats D.
Yeah, and special teams.
Got it. Okay. And then third one, we're migrating to the NFC West. We're gonna do Rams money line, kind of going in the same vein as what my first bet was, Stafford 2+. But I'm also gonna add Devontae to score anytime. That's at +3.
That.
Okay. Well, that's at +3.
2 weeks in a row, no touchdowns out of this man. I can't trust him.
We've talked about this all throughout the regular season.
But when they do it twice in a row, I'm done.
I like it. I actually like it more when it's 2 weeks in a row. I think Devontae's due. I think they're going to be in short yardage situations, and they're going to go to that number one receiver within the 5-yard line. And I think Devontae catches a touchdown pass. So that's at +350. I'll do the lame one first. Fourth pick, Pats Rams money line straight up, going to be my biggest bet of the entire weekend. But +223, we've kind of talked about it going into the championship round, also talking with the Doof boys. But I really like both these teams to win, facing off in the Super Bowl. But I like them both money line here, both road teams. But at the same time, I think they're the better teams outright. So +223 in that one. Got a little fun one here for the last option. I'm thinking, backup touchdown or backup tight end touchdowns out of both teams. Austin Hooper touchdown, severely underrated at +850. I also like Tyler Higbee as a tight end, especially in the red zone situations if Devontae doesn't come in. Those two combined is at +6075.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, it might not be, the most reliable option, but, throw a flyer on it. Hooper's shown to score touchdowns in those red zone situations, Higbee as well. So, whenever it gets into the red zone, you need to find a big guy with reliable hands. I also like, backup tight end, white guy. Why not, throw a little interesting parlay on that. +67.
What does having being white have to do with it?
I just think it's interesting how
it reminds him of Gronk.
Nah, it's two guys that are, severely underrated, I think, within their teams and their offenses and just across the league. And they both can score in the red zone. So get in the red zone, both those guys can end up scoring with a touchdown. I like those odds at +6075.
All right. Well, good luck to you on your Focus 5. Time for my Focus 5. And I think for the first time ever in history, I have a repeat pick. I also have Pats and Rams money line. I had it at +219. So, green versus blue there, but I called out to keep it simple, stupid. I think last week I was kind of over exaggerating. Like I did those individual single or same game parlays, kind of fucked me over. I'm going to stick back to the basics. My money line parlay 2 weeks ago hit me some big money. So I'm with you, Cam, on that one. Pats and Rams money line. Also Rams separately at both of the points and money line. I don't know if I'll bet them on the Pats separately. We're going with a different one for Pat's touchdown scorers. Give me Ramondre to score. He's been the playoff kind of main running back. And I'll take Hunter Henry as well. He kind of was not really involved in the Houston game, was a little bit more involved in the Chargers game. I expect, him to get more involved here in the end zone. I think this will be a more higher scoring game than people expect. Third parlay, I'm calling Stid the Stud. We're going to take Stidham to throw 1+ pick, over 19.5 completions and 170+ passing yards. because they're going to be behind and they're going to be needing to get a bunch of completions. And
20 completions.
I looked at this. So CJ Stroud had about 20, which is crazy considering he had like 47 attempts. And Herbert had around the same. So I'm thinking, that's the toughest pick of these because 170 is, not that hard of a number to get to. And I do think Stidham will throw a pick. So I think Stidham throws a pick early, nail that one, and then he's kind of playing from behind, throwing the ball. And I forgot that J.K. Dobbins was coming back because like R.J. Harvey.
I was thinking about that too. Yeah,
it's not going to be an effective running attack, I don't think. So that's that one. Next one is the Rams script. So we're going to tease the Rams up to plus 7.5. I'll go with Puka to score. He didn't score last week. I trust Puka more than Devontae. I'm out on Devontae as of now, and we're taking the alt over at 39.5. I do think this will be higher scoring, but just in case it's not, 39.5 is a pretty safe number. Those three together plus 226. Last one is the dual-wheeled running back, spicy addition for the second game. So I'm with you on Kenneth Walker. I think Mikey or Cam, one of you guys said that. But I'm not taking Kyron Williams. Give me Blake Corum to score.
I like that.
Kyron with 2 last week. I think, get Blake a little share of that. So both those guys together are plus 525. And that's it for the Focus 5. 1 week left. I'm excited to see our picks next week. See if there's any exotic picks we like for that. But it's time to talk some NCAA. I don't know, Cam, if you had any quick thoughts. Great game. We don't have to spend too much time in it, but Indiana is the champs. I don't know if I didn't place a bet on this game because I was like, whatever I do is going to be wrong. If I did go with what I was going to do, it's Indiana. That would have been wrong because Miami did cover. But
I was thinking the exact same. I did throw a $10 flyer on Miami and Tony to score, like Miami money line and Tony to score. But it was also like, I don't know, it was kind of tough to watch. I didn't really have any skin in the game. Didn't really care about it, honestly. Like it was a good watch, but it was like, I don't know. I wasn't
Miami for the ACC.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not when it comes to college football, I'm not an ACC guy. And it also just been, we kind of talked about it. I feel like on the last, 6 or 7 pods, it's just like whenever you bet against Indiana, they end up taking it. But obviously when it comes to the spread, they ended up not covering, but Indiana ends up, completing that magical run that they had. I find it very impressive. But at the same time, you can't discount Miami. I feel like they played pretty well, but going to be interesting to see how these two kind of revamp their entire rosters. I know Miami's a little bit younger, but Indiana's obviously going to be very active within the transfer portal, as they already have been. But I don't know. It's just going to be interesting to see how the college football entire layout's going to be with this transfer portal, like how consistent you see, the final, whatever it is, 12 teams or 16. Is it 16 next year or is it 16 the year after? I forget.
I didn't even know it's going to 16.
Yeah. I just feel like, especially like teams like Indiana where they rely on the transfer portal so hard, it's going to be difficult to continue having success. But I mean, I don't know. Call me crazy. Sig turned it around in 2 years. I feel like he can continue that success. But when it comes to the game, not many, overarching factors that I took away from that.
So they had a deadline 3 days ago to get it done, but they haven't done it. So as of right now, it'll still be 12 teams for
12.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, props to Indiana. They were the best team, I think. So the best team won. And shout out to Miami for almost getting kicked out.
Chance down the stretch.
Oh, yeah, Michael, what were your thoughts from this game?
I mean, the first half was bad. Like I thought Indiana just dominated the first half, and then I think his running back name of Miami, Fletcher, is that what it is?
Yeah.
He had that big run to start off the second half, which got Miami back into it. And then they were back and forth, trading touchdowns. That punt block touchdown was kind of like the game-changing play, in my opinion. Like without that, I don't know if Indiana wins. And then that Carson Beck pick 10 the game was
tough.
Just bad.
That's just classic Carson.
Yeah, 2 main takeaways.
I mean,
Carson,
I watched some Georgia games last year, especially towards the end, and it was tough.
Hot take, not a fan of Fletcher's mom.
Oh,
his
boy.
Mom?
Yeah. Dude, anytime he scores a touchdown, the camera's on the mom for fucking 5 minutes. It made me want to turn off.
Well, it was on the entire Mendoza family for like the entire game. Also,
I mean, I was kind of falling asleep during it. I'm not gonna lie, but I woke up and I just saw fucking Fletcher's mom for 5 minutes straight, and I wanted to punch the TV. But
there were some other highlighted people
Oh,
who
yeah.
were shown on the
Who?
broadcast.
There was a wonderful woman who was in the porn industry,
Who? Which one?
a Bella Danger,
She a Miami girl?
I guess.
You would know.
I don't know
You
much
would.
about. I didn't even know who she was. All right.
Um,
Yeah,
that's a
but
good
it was
part
a
to
good
wrap that.
game. I like that I watched it. Like I was like meh on watching it.
I think
and
I'm
then I
gonna
did.
just watch the playoff. Like I might just give up on trying to keep up with the regular season and just watch the playoffs for college football.
I disagree. I feel like the regular season is more entertaining because you can get these. I don't know, but I don't know. It's something to do on
Well,
Saturdays. I
Was
really
this the
like.
first time that a 1 seed won the 12 team?
Yeah,
It
it's only
was.
been
It
2
was the
years.
first time a team that got a bye won the first week after the bye. Never mind the 1 seed winning.
Is this the
At
third
least-
year?
It was year 2.
Oh, year 2. Oh, I thought it was 3.
I think it's 2.
I
Okay.
don't know. I'm not
Well,
in college football.
We have a bevy of off-season news to get to. We're going to go in chronological order from things happening. So first
Can we
news.
skip if we don't care?
Yeah. First thing was Harbaugh, hours after we ended our last week's stream, is now the coach of the New York Giants. Thoughts on that one? Anyone?
I thought this was one of the more, I don't want to say predictable, but I just felt like it was probably the best fit out of the teams that Harbaugh could have gone to. Obviously,
well, imagine. Do you think he wanted to go to Buffalo? Imagine.
yeah, yeah, like that's the thing. If you're thinking about
At
timeline,
the
like it's,
time,
yeah, but it's like he's obviously not going back to Baltimore and he's not going to the Steelers. So out of those opportunities, I feel like he'd rather go to a historic franchise. I'm not surprised by this at all. I was kind of confused on whole like the delay of it. I think it was between, the relationship between him, the GM, and the ownership on like the hierarchy of it. But obviously it ended up getting done. Harbaugh's the head coach of the Giants. I know Giants fans are super pumped. I'm friends with a couple Giants fans, but
That's putting it lightly.
yeah, fair.
They're very excited.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Our
it's
friend,
something.
From the chat, Greg Small is like, dude, you have to stream it at different times so I can come on and talk about John Harbaugh. I'm like, send in a video if you want.
That guy shit about
Whoa.
I don't want to listen to his takes on John Harbaugh, but
Yeah, me neither.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a good hire for the Giants, and I would think it's a good spot for Harbaugh to kind of, not reinvent his career, but start fresh. And obviously, he has a somewhat decent quarterback, I think, in Jackson Dart, and he has, I think, a lot of wiggle room within that franchise. So, no, other than that, nothing much more to add.
Michael, spare thoughts?
Yeah, feel like it's the best the Giants could have done.
Agreed.
So,
They probably got the best overall candidate. So good for them.
In terms of opportunity, actual coach, like vibes going into it, I feel like they did the best they could.
Yeah.
I'm curious about the coordinators on who he's kind of looking at, or if he's
Who
just
he's
going to stick
bringing in.
with the same guys. Yeah.
It's interesting. I agree. Because like of the coaches who've been hired recently who've been like successful, I feel like a lot of them are specialists. Like they
Agreed.
call it the defense or they call the offense or they're like heavy in one side of the ball. And I feel like Harbaugh, Tomlin, that sort of coach who is just like a
leader.
CEO type
Yeah.
or leader of men or whatever you want to call it, like they've gone by the wayside a little bit. And I feel like that might be coming back. And I feel like that's what I wanted the Jets to do last year. I feel like a lot of teams are starting to go back that direction or will once they realize that they're like Mike McDaniel type coaches are not good
Head
NFL
coaches.
head coaches. Maybe they're good coordinators, but they're not good head coaches. So that's something that I'll be watching.
All right. Next one was Matt LaFleur.
We'll let you kick this off, Tubby.
I didn't need the extension. I think, keep him for another year, see what you can do, because they have this 1-year window with Micah before shit goes to hell.
What's the extent? What are the terms?
They never release the coaches like salary.
No, they don't have to release the coaches. They could be paid $4 or $40 million.
Well, I meant more
Nobody would
years.
know.
I meant more years wise.
It's probably 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you can always get out of a contract, especially in the NFL.
Yeah.
But I didn't love the extension, to be honest. I think saying like he's our guy and being like affirmative in that, I thought would have been good. But to extend him, he's kind of approaching a Sean McDermott situation where I mentioned on a couple podcasts, like people are going to trust Jordan Love over trusting him at this point because he did the same shit with Rodgers a couple times. So it's like, I don't know. I think we wait and see after this year, and I think he could be on the hot seat if they don't either reach expectations or exceed expectations.
I kind of agree with that. Like, he's on the trajectory of McDermott. Like, I feel like McDermott the past couple of years has been like, are we really trusting this guy? Is this really the guy to get us over the hump? And I feel like we're starting to get that with LaFleur.
I agree. I also think it's interesting how you brought up McDermott because it's like opposite sides of the ball, but at the same time, like McDermott being defensive and then LaFleur being offensive minded, but obviously very similar situations. And I don't know. It's also, I feel like there's a lot more pressure on LaFleur than McDermott. I know like McDermott had Josh Allen, but Green Bay's just a historic franchise where they've been used to winning for, what has it been, 2.5 decades, like getting to the playoffs and being
I don't know.
successful.
The Buffalo fans are crazy, and
Yeah, fair. But at the
And
same
the
time,
Bills are so, like,
they've just been the number 2 team in the AFC for like 5+ years. So
Fair.
they've been the never getting over the hump team for their entire existence.
that's the thing. Yeah. Well, I feel like the Packers have actually won something. That's why I was bringing that up. But yeah.
Next one was Kevin Stefanski to Atlanta. But he wishes he waited a couple hours on that one. But
Yeah, I feel like
I don't
huge...
mind. You don't like it?
I'm not. No, I really don't. It's also, I don't know. It's more the quarterback situation. At least I don't discredit Stefanski as a coach. It's obviously difficult being the Browns head coach for the past more than half of a decade.
He brought
But
them to the playoffs. No one's done that shit.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like doing that is a huge accomplishment. 2-time coach of the year. But going to Atlanta, where they definitely obviously have a good supporting cast and a good defense, but like, are you sticking with Penix? I don't even know what his injury is. Like, is Penix going to start week 1, or are you going Kirk, or are you going somebody in the
Didn't he
draft?
tear his ACL?
Penix is probably be out for like. He's probably on the same timeline as like Mahomes, maybe even.
Did he tear his ACL?
Yeah.
I just don't know. I'm just surprised that Stefanski, like, not that there were many other jobs better than Atlanta, but it's also like you've seen these, like, especially like Vrabel is the perfect example, but even just waiting 1 year is like that can change the entirety. Like, you could end up with being the number 1 candidate when the worst team with the good quarterback is eliminated from the playoffs and you're hired within minutes, as opposed to going to Atlanta where never really had sustained success. You don't have a quarterback and you kind of got to figure it out on your own. But I don't know. I thought it was a weird hire. I just can't really see him as an Atlanta head coach, but that's just my
You're
opinion.
going to see it.
Fair enough.
You are going to see it. What about the Baker stuff with him? Do you see that?
I think it's electric. I think it's electric.
Highlight or a headline about that. What was that about?
Did Stefanski? Yeah, go ahead.
Baker was like, never got a message or a call from Stefanski when they shipped me out of town with like
a piece of garbage,
bag of trash or whatever.
Yeah. Did Stefanski respond, or that was just?
I was just going to ask if he responded.
I haven't seen a response.
Yeah, same. I think it was just Baker in his rant after not winning the division, but.
Yeah, buddy, maybe beat the Panthers and get into the playoffs.
Whoa, you're a Panthers guy.
I am, but it's like they were clearly the worst team in the playoffs. We said that.
All right.
Like, you want to draft
the Steelers play in
the
wild card round?
We're past this. That was Saturday night. Moving on to Sunday morning, I believe. Sean McDermott fired. I mean, we don't have to spend too much time on this because we kind of talked about it already, but I like this firing. I think you have to move on, especially like don't waste the career of Josh Allen. Clearly, he's not able to get done in these big games. I think there are moments you can probably pinpoint of like coaching versus whatever. So I'm fine with it. The thing I don't like is how they're maybe going to bring in Dable to be head coach. I'm not sure I love that fit, but I think
I disagree.
You'd like Dable as the Bills head coach.
I think it would have to be Dable.
I think it's Dable or Brady, the OC, but Dable, like I'm sure you guys know, but he was the OC in the beginning of Josh Allen's career at the Bills. Obviously, kind of developed him there. But the main weird thing I saw here from an Adam Schefter quote tweet was
Oh boy.
they also are interviewing Anthony Lynn.
Okay, how many times do we have to go over this? That's the Rooney Rule.
True.
You have to interview a certain amount of black.
I understand that, but I didn't know
Remember
how.
the Patriots last year interviewed Pep Hamilton? Like
I didn't know.
Yeah, they
I don't
also
know how many.
interviewed Hillary Clinton. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
it's like I don't know how we have to be like, oh, every time we have to go over this. It's like, I mean, when have we ever talked about this on the
I
pod?
guess you weren't on the stream maybe for part of it, but because you
Fair. Okay, I guess that makes, a little bit more sense in my mind, but
It's a Rooney
obviously,
Rule. They're
okay.
not- if they hire Anthony Lynn, I'd be shocked.
Do you see his title?
No,
He was the Skins run game coordinator.
I mean, Chris Rodriguez and
Yeah. Fucking
Bill looked good. Late on the
yeah,
season.
exactly. Krosky Merritt, whatever the fuck his name was. No, but I feel like it's either Dable or Brady. I could see either of them. I feel like it'd be weird. Not weird, but I feel like it'd be a weird work environment for Dable be the head coach and Brady is sick of the offensive coordinator. I don't know if you guys agree.
I think Brady might dip somewhere.
Yeah.
I would agree. Like if that's what Brady's proposed, I feel like he would leave.
I think if Dable's head coach, Brady's out.
Yeah.
And I
Agreed.
don't think the Bills would go and fire McDermott just to hire Brady as their head coach. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
They're doing due diligence, but there's got to be a reason because Joe Brady was a name last offseason. Like if he doesn't get a job this offseason, we might be looking at like an Eric Bieniemy situation where like he might just not be a head coach type of guy.
Yeah.
Well, the Eric Bieniemy stuff was weird because he was just like, I feel like that whole thing was everyone in the Chiefs was just like, this guy's not a good coach.
I don't know.
I feel like there was a
I don't
lot of that
remember
going
that.
on.
Speaking of him, we got him and Drew Petzing announced as offensive coordinators. Petzing to Detroit.
Who the fuck is Petzing?
He was with the Cardinals, which is so weird.
OC?
No, he was like he had like one of those random titles, I think.
Pass game coordinator or whatever.
Pass game coordinator for one of the worst passing offenses in the league. And he
was Cardinals OC, my bad. From
Okay.
2023 until now, which like really Lions? I mean,
Yeah.
I guess he's a Campbell guy. I thought that was a really weird hire. And then
I agree.
I was surprised to see Eric Bieniemy somehow made his way back because I thought he was kind of out of it, but good for him. Both of those guys, I guess.
He's back.
I think that
Chiefs, is that what you said?
Yeah.
He's back with the Chiefs.
Where's Nagy?
I think that's a. Yeah, I was just
Nagy's doing like interviews.
Yeah, so I think it's like a mutually like agreed upon split where I don't think the Chiefs like what Nagy did, and at the same time Nagy wanted somewhere else, but like potentially getting a head coaching job, but I can't see Nagy getting another head coaching job. But I could be wrong, but he could be the one moron that takes the Browns job. So
yeah, someone was interviewing him today too. I thought maybe he might end up with like a Titans or something. Like I thought the Titans were just gonna make the worst possible hire, which we'll get to them in a second. But our divisional foe,
Are we sure they didn't?
The Dolphins pick up Jeff Hafley.
that's fine by me. Who gives a fuck?
I don't think they're going to do anything.
I just feel like this is such a weird, like, I feel like it's just such, I mean, maybe that's the thing they were going with. It's just complete flip-flop from McDaniel, but I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me.
I don't care.
I think they're just trying to switch the culture. This is the one you wanted to skip?
Yeah.
Well, the bell of the ball for you, Michael. The Tennessee Titans have a new head coach, Robert Saleh. A team
and
we've
his
traditionally
14 children will all have jobs within the organization.
Okay, that's probably standard practice. Let's not act like the GOAT coach in most people's minds did that. He put his friggin' boy as the OC. It was one of the dumbest coaching decisions ever. Anyways, Robert Saleh, I think this could work. Like, I might be taking the Titans over wins again.
I'm taking the Titans over.
We're not. No, we're not. No. It's way too early to be saying that out loud.
In reality, I think this was kind of the type of position I feel like he should have taken. Like
for the Titans, I think this is actually a good hire. Like,
and
I
for
agree.
him too.
they were
I
interviewing
feel like
Jason Garrett. Like,
Yeah, that was bad.
the only thing that I didn't like about this for them is that he's a defensive mind. I feel like these second head coach or second time head coaches work better with young quarterbacks. And I feel like this could work for Cam Ward, depending on their OC hire. I've heard McDaniel and a
Kingsbury.
couple other names.
McDaniel is somewhere else,
Yeah.
which we'll get to as our last bullet.
I think Kingsbury's
I feel like that
an
type
interesting
of
name.
OC is what they're going to go for. Someone who's been a head coach or a long time OC that can develop a young quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to cut you off, Dub, if you have something, but
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I mentioned Kingsbury's name, but at the same time, like, sure, his run in Arizona was short lived, but he developed a young Kyler Murray. Obviously, goes to the Skins, develops Jaden Daniels, and brings him to the NFC Championship game. That's the perfect hire. If you pair Saleh and Kingsbury up in Tennessee, I feel like Cam Ward's not. I don't know if similar
Say
is the right
something
word.
nice about Cam Ward. I dare you.
He can't.
I just think that the play styles of Jaden Daniels and Cam Ward are kind of similar, where it's you can use your legs, but you're also a big play threat down the field using your arm. And Kingsbury obviously had success with that in Jaden's rookie year, and Tennessee's going to be facing the
And
same
with
kind of.
Kyler.
Yeah, exactly. Like, obviously very mobile and can throw the ball down the field with a big arm. And obviously we've seen it with a lot of these teams, the Bears and the Pats. Like, you have an advantage whenever you're playing against the worst teams in each division. Like, they're going to have one of the easiest schedules throughout the year. When you have an offensive minded guy that is proven to develop young arms at the quarterback position, I don't know. I feel like that'd be a perfect pairing, but I don't know if there's another person in mind, W, or if you had any other thoughts on that.
No, that was it. I just like the hire overall. We'll see how it shakes out in the coordinator realm, because that's a whole different ball game once you find that
Yeah.
coach. But
One
speaking
thing
of
for that, I did want to say is that he said he was going to be calling the defense,
Good luck.
and I feel like that's a good thing for him because it shows that he didn't do that for the Jets and changing things already, which is a good
Yeah,
thing.
but their
'cause he's a
defense is
terrible head coach
fucked.
for the Jets.
maybe spend some money.
Can you name one? Yeah, can you name one person on their defense?
Simmons?
Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah,
I think he might be out the door.
I don't think
Nah,
so.
he's a dog.
Sal's gonna love him.
Remember when
Last-
Logan Ryan picked off Tom Brady to end his?
Okay, so
What?
last coordinator change was either today or yesterday early. Mike McDaniels to Chargers. Mike McDaniel, sorry, to the Chargers.
Yeah,
I think
I
that's
thought
a good hire.
Do you think so?
For the Chargers, yeah, but I think he could have gone somewhere better for him.
I just can't see him and Harbaugh being on the same page. I feel like Harbaugh's more. I can
Harbaugh's
see.
like, go do your thing in your corner, like nerd. I'll handle like
Go over there, nerd.
Maybe. I don't know. I always imagined Harbaugh's teams being ground and pound, keep the game within a few possessions, and execute on offense. When McDaniel, at least when he was at Miami, is high explosive, try and score as many points as you can in any given game. But
well, he
I don't
improved
know.
that run game with A-Chain became like a legit
True.
thing at points,
Fair. Yeah, good point.
I think this is a good hire for the Chargers. In terms of McDaniel, I'm not sure like if he's able to fix Herbert, I'll be happy because I love Herbert, but I don't know. I think it's a tough division. Like, it feels like there could be an easier spot to like get yourself back in the head coaching world if you wanted that. You might just want to be an offensive coordinator. So I don't know.
You could be like Josh.
Yeah. And then the last one happened while we were streaming. Brian Flores extended with the Vikings, but he can still leave. So not really that big.
Really?
Yeah, not that big of a news because he can still go. But
Yeah.
if he isn't hired in this cycle, he will be back with the Vikings as DC. So yeah, didn't feel like breaking that news and stopping all momentum. I think we were talking about like the NFC Championship game. I wasn't about to bring that up, but that did happen while we were streaming. And that's all, folks.
All right.
Longer than I wanted it to be, but we had a good back and forth with the boys and some good picks, some good banter. This was a good pod. So final thoughts, if any. Cam, I know
Go Pats.
Big snowstorm expected here in New England, so I'm not sure my game situation. I think we're supposed to get like a foot of snow, Michael. I don't know if that's supposed to affect you as well on Sunday and Monday, but
more here than
more.
Rhode Island.
Jeez. Well, you guys be safe. I'll be watching from my humble abode, most likely.
With maybe one other person.
No, probably not. But I'll enjoy the 50-degree weather while you guys enjoy the snow. So
It's supposed to also be really cold too. It's not even like the other day it snowed. It was kind of like warm out, so it's kind of nice. But
It
yeah,
was -1 when I was driving to work this morning.
yeah,
that's
brutal.
fucking insane. Well, you guys enjoy that weather up there. I'll see you
will.
on the holidays.
That's why New England's built different.
Yeah, well, I got that in my blood. I'm just here for, the middle years of my life.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll end the stream. So thanks to the viewers. Thanks to the replay viewers if you're out there for sticking along. We will be back for Super Bowl. And then if we're not back for Super Bowl post, we'll be back for the draft, maybe Cam and Mikey if you want to join this year. And then we'll do our usual, be back in August. We'll take some time to reset, maybe fix some things. We'll have, to tease next week, we'll have a little bit of a format change on screen. It'll be a big presentation for the Super Bowl. So
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are we going to display the Doof Boy record?
What do you mean?
I don't think we talked about it.
Doof records.
Because
We talked about it when they came on and they gave the bracket. I know
Did
a certain person may have put a hole in the ship and made it sink. Okay. Too bad. I'll take responsibility, but I'm winning 2 other segments of this podcast. I can't have it all. Okay. I have a weak spot to do.
Well,
That's the only one that has dinner writing on it.
Exactly. We had fucking dinner writing on it.
No, we don't have anything on that one.
Oh.
No, we have to pay dinner.
We just have to post them on Instagram. That's it for that one.
Oh, okay. All right.
We have the dinner one's the Super Bowl one. So if we need Rams and Broncos.
Yeah, sorry. That's on me and Mikey.
Nah, I think Rams are locked in.
Rams was a consensus pick, and then the Eagles, I blame on Cam. That was a bad second round choice, but what are you gonna do? Anyways, we'll see you guys next week. Plan on Wednesday, but if not, stay tuned. Instagram. Have a good one. Enjoy football. Everyone, stay safe. UFC this weekend. College basketball.
Yeah, huge fight.
Big weekend for people in general. So be safe.
Conor
be responsible
McGregor?
fighting. Nope. We'll end on that. See you next time.